It's the Adam Dunn Show. I am your host, Adam Dunn.
This is a special request. We don't want you to smoke ginger and butt band. We want you to smoke the real thing. We want you to smoke the natural herb. Some call it marijuana, some call it sensimedia, some call it dance break, and some people call it ganja.
Puto baloney. How come we have a puto baloney intro? Why are we doing it? What's that?
Yeah, he changed
We
it.
went crazy.
Yeah, that's actually my bad.
Remember?
You forgot what show we were on.
No.
Yeah,
oh,
you
I
did.
picked the wrong video. Yeah.
Yeah, you
that's
sure
what,
did.
that's what happened.
Sure did.
It's all right. Actually, it's the fucking... Thanks for that intro, guys. Remember.
Hey,
So-
pizza. I think you should get
yeah,
pizza
get
tonight.
pizza or Chinese.
Chinese or pizza. I'm not really
That
sure
was
which one
hilarious.
you want to get.
What part of hot mic, if you're on Zoom? Hot mic.
I got it.
Pizza. I want
That's where it's at.
You're already like 10
pizza.
fucking minutes late.
The island-
Nobody listens to this show anyway.
never-
even though you're number.
Now that you're on it,
By the
we're
way, congratulations. I don't know where I saw it, but
What?
apparently you're the #1 fucking weed podcast, bro.
Are we?
Oh yeah, dude, that's tight.
See that?
When?
What was that? That
What?
top 15 or yeah, you didn't see that?
Number one?
Mark, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Send us the
Hey, hold on a second. Let Jan talk. Let him talk. The guy is
The
brilliant.
Island, the Island Boys over
No,
here.
I mean I have to dig it up. But somebody,
some old thing.
No, Danko. Check Danko's post.
Really?
Danko posted something that was talking about podcasts, and it was like the top 15 weed or grower podcasts.
Wait a minute. Hold
Your
on,
fucking ass
fucker.
somehow
You
made it
just
on there.
said we were the #1, and now
I
you
mean-
put us in the top 15.
Yeah, we're
That's
somewhere.
all
Well,
of
it sounds
them.
like you finally got some sponsors and you paid somebody in the right place. But you know,
No.
It's not that.
So, for those who don't know, we have these. You're not seeing double, actually. By the way, I know everybody out there thinks that they're checking their glasses. They're like, is there like two of them, one of them? What's going
Usually,
on?
when you get into a relationship, you start dressing like your partner.
did you hear? So you heard the pizza and Chinese. Did you hear him about his shirt? He goes, "I think I have a shirt just like that. Should I go put it on?"
Yes. Oh,
Of course, you guys do. We've seen couples like you at the airport.
you should have.
You dress alike so that anyone has a question if you're together, it's instantly, oh, is that a big middle finger? Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
We have Mr. I'll just skip over Jan.
Big dummy.
AKA.
AKA Big Dummy. How did you get that name?
For me, no, we had. I've been through this already before.
But I like talking about
We started off with Little Dummy. So Little
Which he
Dummy
isn't.
was a friend of both of ours, and he was a true little dummy, like nonstop dummy maneuvers. And so, at a certain point, you know, there's things happen,
Well,
and
he
we
moved
were.
into my fucking apartment for a while,
Yeah.
so that's.
So
Oh, so
it
you're
rubbed
saying
off.
he
It
got
rubbed
to
off.
know you.
Yeah, it rubbed off. Speaking of couples,
Well, it's like there's little dummy and there's fucking
big dummy, exactly. And then we had medium dummy. We had medium dummy for a while. That was with Mike. Mike was medium dummy because he was trying to be big dummy. But there's no way. Once
He wanted to take his title.
He tried to take the
Sad.
title, but then Jan came back and was like,
Sad.
"The fuck's going on right here? I'm the big dummy."
very lackluster showing there.
And we have Mr.
Doctor.
Doctor.
No. I got corrected. I'm sorry.
Doctor.
It's Air Doctor Professor.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot of fucking
He has
titles.
titles. Yeah, he's German now.
And the double doctor, just fucking
Double D. We're gonna call him Double D.
There you
Mark
go.
Scialdone.
So hold on, I'm gonna
Scialdone.
call Ed right
Gotta do that.
now.
Gotta do a couple of those while I do it. Hey. So somehow Big Dummy lured
I'm making a diamonds.
Dr. Mark.
I'm making a
down there.
diamonds.
We may never see him again. This is why we're having him on the show. This is more of a check-in with the doc to make sure he's safe. You know, because we've been tasked.
My wife appreciates it.
Dr. Mark.
I
Dr.
was
Mark.
just gonna say we've been tasked by somebody. I didn't want to say who actually did it, but
Blink twice if you need
figured it out already.
assistance.
I can't help you with it.
Now, It's not all fun and games, even though it looks like it. It's real work down there. Serious work. Because I can't believe how big the facility is. It's fucking ridiculous. And it's ironic. It's 420,000 square feet. Right?
Oh, gosh.
So of course it is, right?
Wait,
Couldn't
are you in charge, Jan?
Couldn't be 410 or 430.
The chief operating officer.
So I'm gonna, guys, in the spirit of Vegas, let's set
well,
the
this is one
over/under
of
on
ours.
when the business crashes and burns. At I'm gonna go 12 months.
He's an island boy. You see, I knew it.
That's horrible. Actually, we're working on a sponsorship deal
With those guys? With those two? Yeah, they're cheap.
Island boys.
I heard they're cheap. I heard they're super cheap these days.
So what positions are you in need of filling? Because I'll be honest with you. When Adam posted the card this morning, and I woke up, usually he posts the card at 3 o'clock. I wake up at 5:30. So we cover the spectrum. There's usually one of us awake at all times. And my email was full of people going, hey, is he hiring? You know, what's he need? And I'm like, do you guys watch the show? You've seen him on the show before, right?
Are you okay, dude?
You know, it's going to be, but seriously, there are a few people that would be interested in serious extraction people that we trust.
Habla español?
Yeah, that's a big portion of it. Definitely the dual lingual aspect is pretty big. We're always, we're certainly like anyone. We're always looking for talent. But if there's anybody out there that wants to,
I know you don't speak Spanish, so
send an email or something like that. We'll talk about it. Maybe you're gonna let you post an email for them to hit me up at or something. But we don't necessarily have any specific openings at the moment. We're in the process and we're doing
defoliating. We have a defoliating position. A few hundred of those.
Defoliator.
Yeah, a couple hundred of those you need.
Take a couple of those. No, we're in the middle of a big, a massive revamp. Actually, it's pretty awesome. Doing about $1.5 million remodel on the building. We've got 12 flower rooms. Got over like 2,200. They range from like 180 to 250 lights a room. We are installing all new TC control panels and a Hugendorn Ivo brain.
Oh, a Hugendorn.
The Hugendorn. Yeah.
And then all new HE Anderson skid, of course, and centralizing all of our fertigation into a single room. Right now, we've been the facility was in pretty rough shape when I got here, so. It's basically like a 2008, 2009 build that had never been remodeled. It still had dosatrons and
double-ended 1,000 watts.
Air-cooled lamps in there, or what was it?
Almost. I mean, it was Gavitas at first, and then now.
So you weren't that bad. It wasn't.
Those were the water cooled.
Lighting was kind of okay, but AC system is like commercial homes, not even like a chiller system or anything.
Sure.
Dixie version 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow, you're going. Now you're digging.
What do you mean? I remember. I walked into Dixie right after we bought the building, and they're like, you got to meet this guy. I'm like, who do I have to meet? He's like, he is the brains behind the grow. And I said, wow. You mean that grow you showed me the other day? The one, it looked like an expanded travel trailer in the middle of your in the middle of your warehouse. He's like,
it was an old beer fridge. It was like an old walk-in.
It was. We were basically had to build a grow inside of a refrigerator that we couldn't use.
Right.
So it's like, and then you had to figure out how to make it cold. You're like, okay, so we're inside of a refrigerator, but we got to figure out how to cool it down. All right, I'm not seeing this, but I'm seeing this.
We want to cool, not freeze. Yeah. Cool, not freeze.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's when I met. I didn't know him as Big Dummy back then.
No, it was like, oh my God, that's Jan Carlos.
Oh, he played it well. It was great. I mean, like Potter and Tripp were all like, this guy really knows what he's talking about.
You had them all bamboozled.
I mean, good job. Oh man. And I'm correct me if I'm wrong though. Room never grew a plant or took a harvest, right?
No, it did. The kid killed it.
This is how the kid got his break into the industry. That was his.
We made Pinsky. We made the kid.
Yeah, we've made them all.
Oh, speaking of His Highness,
he's watching. You know that
he's watching, and he called me today.
Oh no!
Remember the joke I made last week?
Or Pinsky. His Highness.
Every time you say that.
So wait, let me tell the story.
Don't say his name 3 times.
It doesn't matter. We already said it. I said it last week on the show, and I went, "Fuck! I broke policy. I'm gonna have to drop $10 in the kitty." By the time I got home, $10 Apple Cash appeared. He had sent it to me. He goes, "I'll pay that bill for you."
Wow.
That's funny as shit.
So we may have to say his name like 80 times during the show just to get Dave paid, so we can.
No, I said I'm going to say your name 10 times tonight. You can send me $100.
A hundy spot.
Yeah. So how many times is that, Mark? Is
That's
that
already
like
two.
three? Penske?
2.
I
That's
mean, we're up
3.
to like 5 now.
Wait,
Oh,
is
that's
it like card counting? So if I say Penske, it goes up 1. But if I say this portion of the show is sponsored by PenskesMyBitch.com, is that like a -1?
No,
now,
that's
so
a
I
double.
lose it?
Double.
No, I think that's
That'd be a skip. That'd be a jump.
Anybody out there, you want to check this site out. It's Adam at his lowest at Penske's expense.
Anytime. It's there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I mean, listen, come on. It's a pretty fucking brilliant trolling effort.
It's chess.
You know what I mean?
I'm playing chess over here.
That's some pretty fucking
guys are doing
inspired
checkers.
shit. I mean, like,
I'm playing chess.
like there was a lot of effort. I mean, Adam can't even use his phone, and he's doing like graphics. You know what I mean? Like, so there was a lot of effort that went into that fucking trolling.
It was very inspirational. That was the whole
It's
thing.
very inspiring.
Every time I like, oh really? Is that what you're thinking?
Dude, you know what's hilarious is Mark, like I don't know, one of the fucking nights starts trying to tell me Penske stories, and I'm like, oh god.
Well, because they're both fucking Fish brothers.
I know exactly.
It's sad but true.
Which is really. I would have really thought more of you, Mark. I mean,
Honestly, right?
Don't get
Well, wait a second. So
Here we go. Don't even go
Penske
there.
introduced me to all you folks. So
This is true.
No.
And I get into Peter Luger's.
That's not
And I
true.
get into Peter Luger's. So, like, you know, Penske ain't all bad, man.
He owes us like $200 right now, so that's great.
First off, I did not meet you through the show and Penske. We met long before that during the Calyx days and the ninja, networking I did on LinkedIn. No,
Okay.
yeah. So no. I don't give.
Stick with the other story. Man.
Penske takes credit for reintroducing me to Adam after all those.
I love those.
That's
I love
great.
those reintroductions. Those are the best.
I'm pretty sure Penske takes credit for introducing Eve to Adam.
Yes, exactly.
Well, the one thing he doesn't take credit for, he really should, and that is the entire sour diesel controversy. But we'll leave that for another show. Because
God, wasn't he like him and Joe? Weren't they like cruising around with a pillow or something? Wasn't there some like fucking Pillowgate thing that was going on?
Oh, that was later. Yeah, that was like we're talking way back.
we've given him too much airtime already.
We're
You owe me
talking way
$100,
back.
Penske. Apple cash it over.
Apple
fucker.
cash the money now, or else we'll never see it.
I'm gonna see. I want to see my phone go ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
Chad is asking for a Penske counter in the corner, and I'm not because that's too much work.
No,
The show has been asking for a producer for a long time. We don't have that. So
Yeah, right.
You're not going to get a counter.
Keep asking.
Mark. Oh, bro.
Keep
Send me
getting
these sports.
disappointed.
So let's
Actually, you know what I need to get you is like one of those little rubber band guns or something.
Right.
You know?
I can shoot
Just
Dave.
start fucking shooting him off his forehead.
I don't want him to have that.
Yeah, we want that.
I don't want him to have that. Mark, do we have a lighter or yo tips or
No, we
anything
don't.
like
we don't
that?
have anything, dude, because you know you guys do this every week.
back to the
Anyways, yeah,
420,000 square feet, right?
sir.
So that's why my mini me is here. He came to audit and revamp our whole manufacturing process, getting the diamond miners rocking harder, and looking to just start doing some. The market here is.
Is
I mean,
there a lot of
we're
is there a
still-
lot of people doing diamonds there though, really, or is it just flour mostly? Or?
Yeah, no. I mean, again, we have the beauty of the size of the facility and where I'm at is that we're the biggest, and so.
Well, you
and
are
I-
the biggest. We already know you're the
Surprise, surprise.
biggest. We already know that.
And so, we have tons. I got tons of room and excess room. Actually, the people that maybe want to hit me up is any breeders or anybody that wants to sort of introduce genetics and
He's trying to
have
skip me.
somewhere
He
to-
already-
What is your
somewhere to
fucking
grow out.
problem?
Trying to
Are
skip
you
that
out of your
Skipping.
rooms
I don't know any
everywhere.
breeders.
Cut him off. Cut his fucking mic off.
Wow.
What the fuck?
He's here fishing off our fucking pier. Hey, yo, if you got any breeders over
Look
here.
at the size of him. There's no fish left.
I'm pretty sure Adam and I still have a contract where I own 5% of his ass and vice versa. So
Wow.
Wow. Yep.
I think he has a lot more ass on his side if he has 5% of yours.
Oh yeah, I got fucking pounds.
Exactly. That's you can see. There you go. Right. Like 5% of $1 million is
I'll be there to collect
100% of $300. Right. Exactly.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, you might be pushing it a little bit. It might be less than that.
$500 million.
So you have a 420,000 square foot facility. You have distribution through dispensaries and storefronts.
Yeah, we got 19 of our own, and then we sell to about 110 or something like that.
It's quite a lot for a small island.
And in Puerto Rico,
Well, that's the problem, right? Like, we're still in the kind of 09, 10 era medical.
oh great.
you said that, and it was like the internet
And
went back to
so-
2010.
Yeah.
You gotta carry your paper license around with you, and yada yada.
And what's the
So
sort
it's
of
only
the-
medical at the moment still.
Only medical, and it's actually not even supposed to. So flower is clearly one of them is the biggest seller, but it's the medical program says no smoking. So we really not so we can't do pre-rolls. And yeah, the market is what it unfortunately always ends up being, right? Which is there's the bottom, which is 70 to 80, almost 90% of shit, and then there's a smaller connoisseur crowd here on the island, of course. Small population. There's only, 3.2?
Yep.
3.2 million. 3.28 million. But they gave out...
I like how Dr. Mark's got all the numbers now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
3.28. Yeah, I've been checking the numbers. I'm over here.
No, because
many
he wouldn't stop
people are
fucking
you,
asking.
Mark?
I was like, use your fucking Google, dude. Like, I love the guy, but he's 20. He's like a parrot. It's like having a parrot on your shoulder. What's that? Or like a little kid. What's that? What's that, Dad? What's that?
I am a parent.
That's what you should do. Insult the one guy who can save your business.
Exactly.
Yeah. Little parrot.
Nice.
So you brought the pro from Dover down, and just so you know, before you
Is that
came
your
on, Jan,
island,
he was
parrot guy?
he was using the parrot as blocking.
We're talking. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, we're doing a lot. Cultivation has turned around quite a bit already, and we're this month we're starting to install, like I said, all the
So are you guys on
control
Coco?
systems.
You
And,
guys are on Coco or what?
No, we switched. They were, man, this place has gone through iterations, but we switched to cubes. We're in Parrock, we're in
Rockville.
6 inches, yeah.
Okay.
And, air trays, and then, and then all the new irrigation, of course. And controls is really what's going to end up changing things quite a bit. But, the market is what it is. And so we're going to try, and we want to be, again, what I'm saying is that our size allows us to do both, right? Which is serve the, $20 or $15 vape, disposable vape pen market, and make diamonds and all the connoisseur stuff and get it out there. That's obviously not the moneymaker, right? So, but it's a luxury of having the size that we do to be able to do it. So, I've got so much room that I was like, hey, what's this thing over here? And I go, well, shit, that's now my breeding room. And they go, what's this thing over here? And I go, oh, well, damn, that's now an R&D room. So we
What's
got
this? And,
multiple
oh
So
shit!
you're
There's seeds
basically-
all over my entire crop. Oh
Yeah.
no! The
You're
entire.
winging
No,
it.
so we have the old Aleve building. It was all buyers. So it's a pharmaceutical manufacturing building.
Yeah.
So you're
So
basically
it's,
winging it. You're putting no plan or thought into it whatsoever. You
winging
see a
it.
room
He sees
like
a
I
room.
would do it. Somebody walks in, you talk about him. Somebody's over there, you talk about him. You see that? That's
Winging
what
it.
that is.
Winging it.
Good for you, buddy. Attaboy.
You're an idiot, John.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Dave's.
Obviously, fucking planned, man.
Yeah, he rolls in there and goes, "Oh, this is it. I'm putting everything into this room. Oh shit, there's another room.
The
I didn't
funny
even know
thing
there was
is,
another room.
I'm pretty sure
What's up?
Potter and I had Jan visit us, right, in Oregon. Didn't you come take a look at the Calyx building we had there? It was 120,000 feet. It was an old microchip plant in Eugene. And it's the same way. You have to look at these buildings like that. Like, what can this room be? Because there's no tearing the wall down. There's no money for that. You have to make it.
Well, if it was a
purpose.
microchip place, it probably had like the best chilling fucking.
Do you want to know
Yeah,
the
and,
process?
and
Listen to me.
air handling and filtering.
Yeah.
It was 20 feet tall.
You know,
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. So you've got this facility right now. You can't sell joints. When do you think the legislation will change in Puerto Rico to allow something like that? Because
Yeah,
get a holy roller.
yeah.
Holy roller.
The one thing about here is that in all the jurisdictions that I've worked in, which is I don't know, 20 states or something by now in a couple countries, this is the first one where they're not as active with the with the regulator. You know, like I mean, we don't really. It's really just like they're up there, and nobody's really lobbying and doing anything. And there wasn't even like a. I don't even know if there's a normal chapter. You know
So you're
like,
winging
there's no like NCIA. There's not even a commercial group from the owners.
Didn't they have like a trade show down
But
there?
yeah, apparently Mark just showed me that CanMed is coming next year.
Well, you better hurry and fucking dominate the marketplace because they're going to put you out of
We
business.
already do. But yeah, CanMed is coming. What on the June 17 and 19.
What are you using for harvest equipment and all your processing, sorting? Do you have green bros in there?
we
You have swag shit?
we machine trim. You know, we unfortunately, I mean, it just we were doing some hand previously, but it's just it's just too many employees. And
I mean, the thing is, with the right
we're producing over
machines,
2,000 pounds a month. Right?
With the right machines and the right crew, it's basically like hand trimming in the long run anyway, because
It
you're
is,
really,
yeah. I mean, the product is actually
compared to
looking
like
pretty
a bad crew, then it's fucked. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. It's all about the quality of the people that are running the machines, because you can do very good work. It's just a matter of not thinking that it's going to do it all on its own and magically. You know what I mean? Like, give it 85%.
They gotta watch it. They gotta feather the
and get the last little 15% done by somebody who, instead of making them do all the grunt work.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially if you got 400,000 square feet. Jesus Christ, that's so big. Is that so? Wait a minute, that's like how many acres? Like, what is that in acreage? Like, that's
God, I mean,
10 acres or
so
something?
it's actually 3 levels, but I mean, my ground level is what? Fuck, man, like gotta be well over probably 200 because there's like a huge main first level, and then there's like half the building has a second level, and like half of that has a third level.
Interesting.
But no, dude, I mean, like, I don't know if you saw my posts. We had a fucking almost a power catastrophe the other day. Blew a huge fuse, and it took out our main.
I want a huge fuse. Like, I'm imagining one.
Like
one
this.
huge fuse for the island.
I mean,
No, I'm seeing like a power bank with like 19 plugs plugged in to 19 more plugs
Oh, yeah,
to
like-
19, and you get them all plugged into a 2 outlet.
to the one
Dude,
plug on the island.
Check your Facebooks. I put pictures up like it literally
Facebook?
blew.
Wait, Grandma. Hey, Grandpa.
Hey.
Nobody uses Facebook anymore. I'm sorry. Okay.
What?
So the panel.
Did you just say check
Alright,
Facebook?
whatever.
Okay, let me get on.
Check my MySpace.
MySpace.
Exactly. Check my
I think
MySpace.
Jan's the only one that watches us on the Adam Dunn Show, on the Facebook.
We have one person who watches.
It's you. Over him commenting to himself. What's that?
Is that me for sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
100%.
I'm pretty sure.
There was a question in the chat though, Jan. Mark hasn't really said anything, and they want to know if he's there against his will.
Who, Mark? Yeah, we know. You can't see below because underneath
Yeah,
he's tied
your
up to a
hand-
chair.
show
He's
us
tied
your
up to a
hands.
chair, and he's not going anywhere. What?
No, this is the thing.
Hey, you're getting it. No, you got to no. So it's back there. So.
You see him pushing him down?
Oh yeah.
Wow, beating them up. Damn, hazing.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Oh, and you guys are so coordinated with your shirts. I love it. I love it. Did you go with the salt and pepper beard the same way too?
They did it. It's
Yeah.
all.
See, like we both got the walrus thing on. It's horrible. It's terrible. Mark, go fucking shit.
So my
I'm
question,
older than him. He's looking like me. I'm not looking like him.
Jan's only 38 years old. He just doesn't carry his age well.
And I'm 61, so
So
Put that in
what
your
is the whole?
Yeah, hey, over here.
So we're
he's
sitting
trying to
here.
steal your stees, and he's like, but he's fucking
What is
it
he
up.
stealing?
He's stealing Dr. Mark's stees.
We're smoking a joint here, passing a joint back and forth using a yo-tip. Of
course.
When we go to Spain, they all roll their own joints. Nobody shares anything. They put their tobacco in and whatnot. What's it like in Puerto Rico? Because I noticed you're not sharing with Dr. Mark, and I didn't know if it was an island
Tobacco
thing.
in my joint.
You don't want to know what's in Dr. Mark's joint, man. He's got some crazy shit.
Delta 10.
This guy doesn't just bring his own weed. He brings his own compounds.
Yes, of course. He's a chemist. He's Heisenberg.
Well, there he goes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let me go grab my compound. Let me get my
He's going to get his Bunsen
Now
burner.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So I asked
Here,
this
like, for example,
because...
let me show you.
Oh, goodness.
Well, here.
What are you
Here's-
showing us? Something on your phone?
Yeah, doesn't that work?
No.
Not really.
How does that work?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
There's buds.
All right.
Buds. You send
Okay.
you send them to Face of Base.
Yeah, on
At
Gmail.
Gmail.
Yeah, you know his personal email that
Yeah,
everybody should
that's
know.
it. That's,
Send it to that one.
Yeah, send to that one.
So basically, when you lose power and then you come around the corner and this is what you see,
Uh-oh, that's not good.
you know it's not a fucking good day.
No.
Good day.
Can we go back to
Those
that
are
guy?
Aliens.
Please,
But
can we
look
go
at
back
this.
to him? I would like to know
What's the
if
main
there's...
line burned out or something? What'd you
Yeah,
guys do?
look at that panel box.
Yeah, yeah.
It blew the cover. It bent the cover of the panel box.
Yeah, that's not good. Was there like a? It's like when they in Holland they had it one time where these guys were stealing power in, I think it was in Rotterdam under a bridge, you know, because they had like a big empty space under a bridge and they were building a grow there, and I guess the guy shorted out the town, right? The whole town.
He shorted out the town?
And then when they
That
came
sounds like
back,
something
and when
Jan
they
would
came
do.
back, all it was like literally a pile of piss, some shoes, and just a big wet spot where he had fucking like just zap. He went down like it was all because it was a bridge. It was 480, you know. It wasn't 240. It was all like the super high end shit where he just disappeared. He turned into a puff of dust.
I've told you the story about when I was with the Fat Man and the park.
He's not
the
fat anymore, man.
bunker. No, different Fat Man. The at the park.
Yeah, I remember. Yes.
The bunker under the park, right?
Right. You couldn't even.
Yeah. So like they you know in the Netherlands they often give like, you know, empty buildings, they give the keys and custodianship to like mentally ill people, like homeless.
So how many sets of keys do you have?
We had this old dude that had the keys to a fucking bunker underneath Bondel Park, like a massive bunker.
It was huge. It was huge, and it was like also once you knew it was there, you'd be like, oh shit! You could start to like spot where they're like. You just go into this little bridge, and there's a little door, and you go in this little door, and you go down to the. It was like, holy fuck, dude! It was huge. It was like a football field underneath the park.
Massive.
So you say they
But
gave the
that
keys?
that had a bank of stationary bicycles, you know, like almost like a dozen. So if you were all, you know, if you're there, you could generate power. But the Sparky, you know, that we had went to go look around, was messing around and trying to see how to do it. And so he hands me like a 2x4 and he goes, if I freeze up, break my arms and pull me off of this thing. You know? He's like, there's no breaker between this and you know, like the fucking power.
Electricians are always like a super special breed, where like they live for the thrill, right? And they know they're going to get zapped at some point. And some of them, like every single guy that I've ever had who was like serious, especially in Holland, because it seemed like the power guys there were even more crazy. Because like out here, they're like safety. They were thinking about safety. There, it was the opposite. My guy would come in. We had, I don't know if you remember Hans and Franz. Do you remember those guys?
Oh yeah, Pump.
No, not you.
You are.
Not those Hans. I'm talking the real Hans and Franz in Holland. But anyway, we had these two guys, and one guy who was the electrician was like 7 foot tall, bald. And he would come in, and the first thing he'd do is take his shoes off. And this is when your electrician, you know, your electrician's weird. You're like, so what are you doing? He's like, oh yeah, just, you know, like kind of mumbled something. And I was like, all right. He rolls up his pants, and he walks around and he just starts like licking his fingers and touching shit. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just looking for some live wire. Oh yeah, there's one. You know what I mean? I was like, dude.
Oh right, yeah, like you supposed, yeah, for sure.
I was like, that's how you do it? I go, you know, there's meters, right? He goes, nah, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of good for you.
Put hair on your chest.
And I was just like, dude, you are nuts, dude. And they ended up putting that same guy ended up. I said I needed a ventilator for the up top of our building, right? And he came with a wind turbine. He came with a turbine from a. It was like a place where they would do like a. Aerodynamics sort of testing with the fucking smoke, you know.
So, wind tunnel.
So it had like a huge, so it was like a 6 foot tall blade, and we put it up in the top, and we're 3 floors down, and when we turned it on, doors just started slamming in the whole place, like pow, 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 pow. I was like, oh, dude, we're gonna take off right now. I was like, and I could hear it. It was going like, started off slow and then it wound up. It was like, and it got so loud and the vibrated so much. I was like, dude, you're out of your mind, right? And he was like, he's like, maybe a little bit too big. I was like, yeah, a little bit, right? It's like
Just a little. Speaking of vibrate, Mark broke his vibrator on his Dab X.
what vibrator?
It doesn't buzz at him anymore.
That's good.
He overused it.
That's a good
I
thing.
overused my vibrator on my...
He's been,
What have you been putting it on?
24/7, just nonstop.
Wait, hey, how do you clean your glass? Because mine's like brownish on the inside.
Oh, don't,
Hold on, Adam, please. May I?
Yes.
May I, please?
No, shut the fuck up, Dave.
Excuse me, big dummy.
Let Mark tell me. Like, Mark's...
Big dummy.
Mark's the smartest guy in the fucking room.
Say.
First of all.
So
And he's
Wait, show
way
him the
better
cleaner
at this than
kit.
you guys.
So they make something called isopropyl.
I'm flattered.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
So
come on.
this part you're talking about the glasses?
Yes.
The glasses all
Yeah,
brown?
it's
Just clean it
A
up.
little bit of salt, a little ISO.
Do you
Come on.
understand that everything comes apart, right? Every single thing comes
Well,
apart.
I learned that.
You can take the carb off.
Turned me into that earlier, but let me see.
See here.
But the glass, but yeah, I know that,
Yeah.
dumbass.
You take
But
the carb
inside
off.
is-
You hear what you do. If it didn't have liquid in it right now, it would turn it over.
yeah.
You put some ISO in it, and what's it called, Adam? You shake
wait,
it.
or wait, actually, just wait a little bit. That's
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah, and a little
No.
salt.
Yeah,
No, no waiting.
Nah.
Just do it. Just ram it in there.
I put a little salt in there.
Wait. Why am I even
What?
answering this? You're sitting next
you-
to a PhD chemist.
Oh yeah, he can figure it
He
out.
went to Wayne State.
Oh, damn.
That was
Damn.
a diss, dude. He dissed you hard.
Damn. Holy moly. Oh, that was
Look,
one.
he laid it out. I was telling him how smart he was. He's like, I ain't that smart. I went to Wayne State.
Jan, it's just us talking right now, but maybe you don't insult your expert while he's sitting there on the show. I'm just saying,
Dude,
I
the
mentioned...
guy is clearly a fucking mad genius. He brought his own molecule. You know,
My own personal molecule.
Oh,
Yeah,
whoop,
he's
whoop,
his own
whoop,
molecule.
whoop. What are you, a fucking cop? Jesus Christ. I say, I call it grass.
These are fucking delicious. He makes these nano gummies that are like just beautiful, citrusy, and there's no taste. No shitty
Pectin?
taste.
Are they pectin, doctor?
No
Yes.
pectin. Oh, they are pectin.
Yep.
Don't say. Get out of here. Don't listen. Don't interrupt me. I'm asking the doctor. Of course, they're pectin.
Talk
Quality
to a
guy.
doctor. I'm one of the fucking
Qualitarian over here.
So I know,
What's up,
Dr.
guys?
Mark, you are brilliant. What made you really want to lower the bar and come work with Jan? I mean, he really needed a lot of help, so you just had pity on him? Is that what it was?
He threatened me.
Oh, with a good time. Dun-dun-dun.
Dun-dun.
Yeah.
Because he owes Adam everything.
Yeah, millions.
I mean, he was growing with incandescent lamps, all right, in Dixie
for Aryan,
cups.
For Aryan.
You know,
He used to work for Aryan. You know that.
did he really?
Yeah, he was worked for the enemy. He was the enemy. He was the enemy. He was the enemy. Can't believe
But
it.
James Loud always gets a booth with him
I know.
at every Spanibus.
James
He always
Loud.
has a little carve off. He doesn't.
People don't know.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You've just been around too long, Adam, and made too many enemies in the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you should ask Jan about that charge in Georgia, why he can't come back to the States. Just ask him about that, okay, when he gets back.
Why do I give a flying fuck about it?
I don't know, I made that up.
He's making up shit. This is what he
Totally.
does, dude. This is how the whole show rolls. It's like, wait a minute. What are you talking
Ask
about?
me some chemistry questions. Come on,
Yeah,
let's
I actually-
educate some people.
Okay, so
There we
let's
go.
talk this whole. So right now in Texas, there is the
THCA?
biggest market for THCA and Delta 9. It's being sold everywhere. There's no limitations. They're at gas stations. It's going to wind up, it's going to become the poster child product for when they go look at your products, make their way into the hands of school kids. And it's not our products. So maybe help us understand, is it bullshit when they talk about THCA? Is it really
We know.
all non-decarboxylated, cannabinoids, or is it complete bullshit, and they're just trying to run the clock out to make as much as they can until they close the whatever the loophole is. Because personally,
No, it's not a loophole. It's not a loophole at all. I thought I explained this on the last show.
Yeah, Dave doesn't
The
listen.
Farm Bill
Dave never
clearly
listens.
says
He never listens.
The Farm Bill clearly says that you have to do decarboxylation when you test, and when you decarboxylate, high THC hemp turns into cannabis or marijuana or whatever you want to call it. You know, the thing that needs to be regulated. So yeah, there's no loophole. There's just a bunch of people at a whole lot of risk.
I was playing
But,
devil's advocate.
yeah, I mean-
So I've said this the last time you were on, that why are we messing around then with all of these enacted recreational laws when we should just adopt the Farm Bill as the law of the land and just open the gates, open the floodgates. I know it would.
No, what they really need to do, all this rescheduling stuff is bullshit. That's just a boondoggle that's just going to not go anywhere. They need to deschedule. They need to remove it from the schedule.
Wait, back up. You
If
don't
it's not dangerous, it doesn't need to be controlled, right? It's the Controlled Dangerous Substance Act. It's not dangerous. It doesn't need to be controlled, right? And so the only reason why the recreational synthetic market exists, that Delta 8 and HHC and THCP and all this other alphabet soup of crap, because people can't get good weed. If they could get good weed, yeah, you wouldn't need. You think Delta 8 was a variety of COVID or something, you know? That's
the problem now though is that people really believe it, and they're all like, "Oh man, you got any of those THCA seeds?" And I'm just like, "Oh my god, dude! Oh gosh, just stop."
Well,
and I'm not going to sell them seeds and tell them it's THCA. But if it,
I mean, when you look at diamonds and sauce, the diamonds are THCA, right?
Yeah.
It's like, so, yeah. And when you put it on the nail and it melts, it decarboxylates, right? I mean, so this is kind of like, it's not even a smart play at all. And you know, the fact that, like, you know, they're talking about all these other compounds like THCP. THCP doesn't come from hemp. It's totally synthetic. It's all synthetic. It's coming from low-cost suppliers, probably either down south or China. And, you know, you got to wonder, do these people really know that they're basically doing active ingredient pharmaceutical manufacturing of compounds that look like things that would come from cannabis? That's basically what it is.
So, Mark, back to something you
show.
said earlier. Do you not think that the administration is going to move forward with rescheduling to 3?
What administration? Which one?
yeah, the one that's non-existent.
I didn't put a name on it. I said
mean Joe?
the administration.
No, it's right now. It's all lost in the sauce because of this fucking
Ducky
thing.
Biden.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah, well, to show you how uninformed the whole Biden administration was on cannabis, they were for, you know, medical and for states' rights. But yeah, I mean, if you're thinking again, just like a typical Democrat or liberal, you want to have access to this medicine, right? And everybody knows in all the legal states and everything, you know, one of the largest growing group of consumers are people that are my age, like 60 up to 80, right? Even my parents now are actually using cannabis supplements in some way. So I mean, it's kind of, yeah, it's because they've trained our medical doctors to basically be drones of the pharmaceutical industry. They still do not teach the endocannabinoid system, which is essential in understanding how cannabis works in the body. And like, you know, the late Professor Meshulam used to say, you know, the endocannabinoid system regulates all other systems in the body. In fact, it predates all on the evolutionary time scale, all the other, you know, systems. I'm talking about like the circulatory system, the musculoskeletal system.
Going back to the sponges now over here.
We're
talking
exactly.
Sponge talk. Sponge
You know,
talk.
I said,
Mitochondria.
Hey, the freaking
Adam,
light.
I said that to Jan yesterday, and he totally didn't believe me.
What?
And so
He didn't believe
so
he's
I
not
had
that
to-
smart.
I had to put Meshulam the scientist on YouTube, so he
Nice.
can actually see this and
True.
say yes.
I thought he
it's
said
in-
I had to take out construction paper and draw it in crayon.
That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
I drew it out in
You're
crayon.
this fucking guy who I like where we come from. Like I fucking
Yes.
had dinner with Rocky.
You're hardly
Like,
you're half
get outta here.
sponge. Look at you. You're pretty much a sponge. Yeah.
I would have picked another animal. I'm just saying.
No, it is true. That is our
There's a lot of redundant protoplasm there, isn't there?
that's our exact crossover period right there.
Keep turning lights on, Jan, so we get a lot of glare behind you. More glare.
Oh, is there glare?
You don't want the glare?
No, it's
fine.
More glare. Don't. Dave's just looking for.
Now you just put the light in this.
No, you see.
God.
Oh yeah, great. Thanks.
There you go. So tell us more about this facility and what the future holds, because I'm serious. Mark already asked me to ask you if you would hire him.
He's coming
'cause
down on a
needs real
dinghy.
job.
He'll be dinging his way
Yeah.
down from Texas.
Float.
Yeah, he's coming off
Float
of
to
Texas.
Florida.
He's going to do a reverse
Texas
immigration.
is going to take you longer, Mark. I would definitely leave from the east coast of Florida. Okay.
Mark, did you hear that? You should leave from the east coast of Florida.
It's way easier.
It's easier than
Yeah,
trying to
he
go
said,
south.
"Fuck it." He has family in Texas. He's going that way.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He's got to pick up burritos on the way and tortillas and beans.
Oh, damn.
We're
Gotta
selling
load
all
up.
kinds of stuff on the way.
Got to load up.
That's right.
So I'm assuming you have a build-out schedule where you'll eventually have the whole 420,000 coming online, because it's really wouldn't behoove you to bring it all on if you don't have a customer
Yeah,
base
no.
for it.
Well, I have 12. I have the first floor basically almost maxed out. So I have 12 flowering rooms on the first floor, and I have a quad stack veg.
Quad stack. Jeez, you went double.
Would you go
double
agrify?
ridiculous? We're already complaining.
Double ridiculous.
Double, so 4, 8, but
You know,
4
if
bay,
it's okay, not double.
not quad like.
Oh, okay, I was thinking you went four stack
bays.
tall. I was like, I'd like to see Jan on the
four.
fourth stack, trying to fucking figure that out.
That'd be pretty massive.
Oh,
yeah.
vertigo.
But no, we're only utilizing 6 flower rooms at the moment because we already are producing way more than the market can handle. But we are, again, we're working on some stuff in the background, some collabs and some, again, we have, grow out and breeding space. We're gonna do a lot of work.
You know what you need? You know what you need to pick up is one of those static fucking deals, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the static electric.
Static
the
tech.
The ones that,
sorter.
yeah, you got to get one of those if you're running through that much material right now. That's
Yeah.
That would be
Mark, why didn't you suggest this?
Come on, Mark. Am I doing your job for you? Is that what's going on?
I sent you the Green Bros link.
No, that's actually
Yeah,
Take a
we
look.
we use we use the green bows we have. I have a couple, but
Did
they
you
don't
see
do
Did you see their whole sorting system and everything? It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Whatever you're using, Green Bros is better. And
Yeah,
if you think
nanny, nanny,
otherwise,
boo-boo. Nanny,
you're
nanny,
just.
boo-boo.
They are good, and I have a couple, and I do utilize them.
Let's get you some more. Think big, Jan. Think big, man.
Oh shit! You should've picked up
Most
that-
of our
that
plans
thing.
are within.
Oh yeah, you want to buy a chiller?
Hey, you want to cock block somebody for a chiller?
Yeah, you want a chiller?
Yeah, I'll fucking shoot down all your sponsors. Come on.
No, we got a chiller for
We
you.
got a beautiful
I'll send you the link. It's 25 grand.
25 grand. Normally
It's
a
been-
buck 25. I
It's
think,
been
or
used.
$1.50.
It's been used to process less than 300 pounds of flour, and then they went out of business.
but it's
Just
badass.
chiller.
It's a yeah. So it's
I'll send it to
basically
you.
a freeze dryer, giant freeze dryer for flour though. Not the,
Oh,
it's
okay.
And so for down there, that could
Freeze
be
dryer?
really,
That's more interesting.
that could be very interesting for down there because I'm sure you guys have issues with trying to dry X amount of fucking product at the right rate and keeping it. This is like 24-hour batches, 100 pounds at a time. Blah 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 blah. Boom,
Yeah,
boom.
definitely send it to me.
Yeah, I think that could be a good one. And you'd be doing the world a service by cock blocking somebody else who wants it really bad.
Okay.
Mutual.
Let me tell you,
And we
the
can't say his
person,
name because otherwise he'll still owe
the
us more
person
money.
who wants it will owe me another $10 if I said
so
his
we're gonna,
name.
yeah, so you might as well
Beautiful.
get it,
Yes.
and we'll get the money out of them. How's that?
Yes.
Double.
As long as I don't
double
lose
dip.
as long as I don't lose my standing reservation at Peter Luger, I'm okay.
No, never.
Well, have you walked in with him? then you lost your standing. Yeah. Then
Oh, yeah,
It's done.
Removed.
it's you don't even know the steaks they serve there because they never come to your
You
table.
don't serve them to biscuit.
No.
Ground chuck for
No,
you.
yes. Yeah.
Oh, and for you, the ground
Would you
chuck.
like the meatloaf?
Would you like the loaf again, as usual? The usual, sir.
What did you say? Like the kitchen's all yelling in Spanish, like "His Highness" or whatever.
Yeah.
La reina, la reina.
No. Take a look. I just texted it to the both of you since you're totally not letting Dr. Mark talk at all. I figured he'd have something to look at while you were hogging the mic. But I know I said 25,000 they're selling it for you guys 35 out the door.
Deal.
Out the door. And it's US currency. We're not taking whatever currency,
What, Puerto Rican euros?
No, he would want to French.
Rica euros.
Francs.
Francs. Yeah, we got
You would
francs.
pay us in francs. So no, we're not doing that.
Dun.
So yeah,
Dude, I heard Jan was going to be in women's boxing next year. I heard he's going in.
Did you see the women's judo?
I didn't see that. No,
Plus
but
78 kilograms.
rugby
No,
girl
women's sumo. You should do women's sumo for the Olympics. That would be good.
Doesn't he have to?
I'm a lady of identify.
Yeah, but if he went through the process, he'd lose 10 kilograms. But
Wow.
All right, so come on.
Can you make any molecules to make his fucking hair grow back?
No.
Ooh, that's the one right there. That's all you need to do. If you do that, you're golden.
Yeah, get out of cannabis if you can do that, Mark.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Big boners
Yeah,
and hair.
I could create a furry paint.
Nice.
A furry paint.
That
We
sounds.
could paint it. We could paint a bullseye or a target on there, right?
Where's the fucking mute button?
Mark has it, but he's getting food.
He's
Come on, Mark.
given up on the show already.
He's not paying attention.
He's
Mark's
giving
already
up
given up. He's like, all right, this is how this is going to be.
He's getting food.
All right, so we were on to something before Jan came and interrupted us, right? That we had
Yeah.
something really going on with the doctor. Doctor was
Yeah,
giving
so
all
get out of the shot.
deep, and we were talking about really important stuff. And then
Yeah.
Jan came back and fucking sidetracked us or something. What happened?
I don't know.
Tell you a little bit about our organization.
Hey, Vinny's back. Hey, buddy. Attaboy. Wait, that's it?
So yeah, boners and hair.
Yeah,
That's all you got to do, Doc.
Right.
If you can fix those two things, you're going to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. So
So
you got a
wood
test bunny right there. You
preservative?
got a good test bunny right there.
Yeah. Can you help Big Dummy?
Woody preservatives? Is that what you're talking about?
Right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Oh, boner pills.
Boner pills, yeah.
Yeah, boner pills, of course. I'm telling you, that's it.
Woody preservatives.
Preserved wood, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, I'm not a dick doctor. I'm an arborist.
And preserving your wood.
You're not a dick doctor. You're an arborist.
That'd be the good,
Imagine
that's a good
James
it's a good
Bond
tagline. I like that.
if he was raised in
Attaboy
the
there,
jungles
Jan.
of Ohio.
Attaboy. All right, so you have the whole first floor going. You have 12 dispensaries.
19.
19.
No, more than that.
If you're selling them diamonds and sauce, are they dabbing or are they just using it on flour they get off the black market?
What? No, there's no.
No, in fact, because our prices are actually really low, so we're almost less than the black market in a sense.
But you said you couldn't
can
sell
pay
flour, I
$3
thought.
a gram. You can get flour for $3 a gram.
I'm confused. I thought you said you weren't allowed to sell flour because flour's not.
No.
legal in America.
You're just not allowed to advertise it as smoking, and you're not allowed to sell pre-rolls. It's you're supposed to be using the old school volcano.
Yeah, kind of like Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has flower sales in their medical market, but you can't smoke.
Right. Got it.
So
All
it's
right.
vape
It's
only.
ridiculous.
Everyone's got a.
So no papers. Anyone asks for papers, you have to tell them on their way.
Again, it's that stupid shit from 2008, 2009.
But what they told me at the shop
it,
was
John.
that there's plenty of places to buy
Later.
paraphernalia. You
Oh,
can
yeah,
buy
totally. No,
you could buy bongs and
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
pipes.
there's head shops Condom World, which is a very popular store down here.
What is it
Condom
called?
World sells,
Oh yeah, Condom World. I remember that when I was there. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Condom World sells, pipes and fucking papers and everything.
Amongst other things.
I don't know if the V8's made it, but I think you can get some black market shit in some of the stores, like in New York in the old days.
It was funny because when I was down there, it was like the same. I had to scrap together all the little bits and pieces, and I was like, "Oh man, you found the one shop with the one thing," and the guy didn't even know what it was. I was like, "Oh no, that's exactly what I mean right there. That one." He's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't even know what this was." I'm like, "Oh my god," yeah.
And the medical law, is there reciprocity for tourists? Like if I have a medical card,
yeah.
from
So
Colorado?
and that's a funny. So we actually are dusting some flour because. We have to make it a manufactured product because if you're on reciprocity, we can't sell you flour. We can only sell you manufactured products, which is stupid as hell because all the
So vape pens or whatever. That's pretty much it.
Pens are huge here.
Gummies.
Why
pens,
is that?
Pens and edibles. Pens and gummies are the two biggest things here.
Why can you not sell flour to medical tourists?
Because they can't take it back, probably.
Because it's the Department of Health program, and they're trying to pretend like people don't smoke weed.
Sure.
And
Well, it'd be too obvious if tourists were smoking weed in front of their place, and they're like,
yeah, and I think they kind of maybe want to just probably some part of that too.
What's the limit? How much could?
Well, they get over 3 ounces a month or something. No, more than that even. I think
3 ounces
So can
a
they
month?
mule it
or-
back to the States at a profit?
nah.
no. I don't think so.
Dave's the party guy.
Yeah, but anyway, that's what I'm saying. So we do dust. We take some like 20%. We got some couple strains that we're still working through strains and trying to find out what's decent. But we got one that's usually in the 20 to maybe 22% range, and we sprinkle that shit and get it up to about 60.
So why go with tried and true genetics?
Sprinkle.
that-
Wait a minute. Sprinkle part sounded a little dubious. And then we sprinkle it with some magic dust. Some fentanyl. We're sprinkling it on there.
Just a little.
Little Fenny sprinkle. Yeah, great. The doc's here to come up with a new analog. I got a new analog.
So pretty much your company will be hiring a new chief operating officer pretty soon.
Oh, what's that? Got the magic dust right there? Oh, now I get it.
That's it, man.
Oh, you must be
What's a
fun
compounding
traveling.
pharmacy?
Oh God.
That's pretty awesome, man. Like we know some cool dudes. This guy's got his own freaking compound.
Did you name it the
You
Scialdone?
should name it the Leon particle.
No.
This is ridiculous.
Those two things don't even make sense together. You're
All
like,
this shit.
particles are small.
Or the big dummy, big dummy particle.
The big dummy particle, yeah. Next to
That's what you want to be known for.
next to the God
that's
particle.
it.
We've got the God molecule and we have the big dummy molecule right next to each other.
Oh,
Is
too
this like
good.
stars? Can I like pay to name it?
No.
No. Please no.
No.
Can't buy metal
Did you see how
molecule.
quickly he said that too? It was like, really? No.
So, Dr. Mark,
Yes, sir.
is he compensating you well? We need to know because
Blink
he
twice if you're sick.
completely
Did it hit the bank yet?
Compensate is a
he
big word.
cut Adam out of this whole project.
Yeah.
I'm finding that it takes a couple days to get a wire to the United States.
I'm just
Man,
wondering.
That's another thing here. It's such a pain in the
Yeah, the banking
it's so
sucks.
silly, right? But it's so silly. It's what was in the 08, 09 era, like, well, we're gonna have medical, but we're not really gonna allow, so
No,
banking
all
is
cash,
still
all cash,
completely,
no.
all cash. One bank on the island deals with it. Like anybody that works for these places has to get a bank account there so that they can get paid.
Totally
And then
safe.
you gotta take your money from there and go put it in another bank so you can use it. Like,
And is that a U.S. bank or is that a local bank?
you can go local.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was
That's-
called the U.S. Bank.
No.
No.
Doesn't sound
So,
shady
and then,
at
of
all.
course, the commerce side is just a complete pain in the ass. So everything takes longer here, of course.
It's island time,
And-
bro.
And luckily it's not. Yeah, of course. Luckily we're not too far away. So like there's boats that come from Jacksonville. I think it's 2 days, 2 to 3 day max on shipments if I hit the right boat.
That's not bad.
Or like a week or 10 days on a barge. So they actually float stuff here.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, that's been problematic. That's problematic. You know what I mean? And of course our size. So when we are ordering stuff, we're ordering like
What's the packaging? What are the packaging requirements there? Is it like, do they have like weird? Are they being weird about it, or are they being loose about it?
It's your typical childproof and
same
exit bag kind of place. In fact, I don't even think exit bags are required, but the packaging
still has to be childproof, obviously.
Yeah, it's childproof and whatever, and if you do get an exit bag, it's the plain white, zippered bag kind of deal.
Gotcha.
No, it's that's this unfortunate part. We're basically this program.
Well, it's a consumable.
About 10 years behind the mainland. So we'll see. We're trying to actually Noah's got a buddy that's out here that I've been talking to.
Noah Shoa.
Yeah,
and himself.
And he's a business guy, cat. He's done up some. They did some of the Oregon, I think, legalization pushes. And so they're talking to me about maybe trying to do something down here, but it's obviously not anytime soon.
And is there any reason why you didn't call up your sensei Adam and say, Adam?
Oh, he did. Don't worry.
How about some genetics?
He's not allowed. I'm not allowing it. I told him no.
It's the 5% rule, man. I told you. His mother is my mother.
I had to remind him. I had to go like, remember the seeds I gave? I had to give him like description of the packaging, like it was in a blister pack. And he's like, oh, yeah. I was like, because he's like, I need seeds, and I'm like, dude, what about the ones I gave you? Grow those. Let's see that. And so I had to make sure and somehow he found it was one of the Trinity S1s, which are frosted.
Yeah, I got that going. I think they popped. I gotta check.
Good job. See,
okay.
That's the funny thing is people love getting seeds, but it was hard to get them to put them in the ground. It's like, hey, put them in the ground and grow those fucking things. Stop asking for new ones.
They're not collector's items.
Exactly. That's what most people think. They have this idea that
I know, really.
They just trophies.
They lay out their it's like they're Pokemon cards. They lay them out on the table.
Roll around with them. Yeah.
Look at the 3 new ones I got.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. So what are the strains down there that are dominating? Because there must be like 1 or 2 strains that dominate the island that you don't grow.
Hopefully. Well, interestingly, so we just did some like a bunch of market research because we put a whole new C-suite in. So there's a new CEO, me and the new COO and a new CFO.
Yeah.
And so we got to learn about the island and the market and everything. So we've done some focus groups and stuff like that. And, it's unfortunately a lot of it is the typical, buying for THC and for price, right? But we are seeing some connoisseur level people. There's a kind of the old school, indica sativa knowledge and thoughts.
So basically, basically, no knowledge whatsoever. Is what we're saying.
But they watched Weed at one time or something, They watched the Weed fucking series.
I'm just curious because
we're dealing with that.
Like the New York, Puerto Rican sort of market is dictated mostly by hazes and stuff. So I was always thinking like that you would find those because half the island.
We have a spattering. They have more sativa here than I thought they would, and I'm gonna start.
Really? Yeah. You thought an island southern was gonna have not a lot of sativa? Come on.
I mean, dude, this is.
Well, you can't grow good indicas on the island.
What the fuck?
Turned a big mold.
This is your expert, Dr. Mark. You're the COO, huh? You're not really. The stockholders are running to sell now.
Sell.
They're sell. Let's
Mark mute the fuck.
Mark is getting barbecue.
Mark doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't even watch the show.
Vincenzo, where the fuck are you?
No. You got your drop. That was it. You got your drop. You'll get 1, maybe 2 more.
So what was the other? So what were the other besides? What are the actual names?
Part of what I was saying is that there seems to be some affinity for old school strains.
Oh, good.
Like people talk about diesel, blueberry.
But have you seen anything that's been real? That's the question, because it doesn't mean it's real.
Sorry?
Have you seen anything and said, "Oh shit, that is a real fucking"?
Would he really know that?
Because you said you did market research.
Oh shit!
Dave, he can't help it. It's like his
really.
His autism is kicking him hard right now.
Give him a Snickers or something. Or fucking
I don't need sugar anymore.
Give him a hard candy.
He doesn't do that anymore. No sugar. That's the problem.
So give him Werther's.
He's all amped up with the lack of sugar.
Yep.
Yeah. See it all the time. He's gonna fall over and start fishing.
Because I mean, the problem is if you generalize it like diesels and whatever, but really, is there a real diesel on that island? Is there a single one?
Yeah, I mean, well, so again, a lot of when this started, a lot of people brought stuff. It's all brought up, right? So I actually have, oddly enough, of the stuff, anything that when I got it, the only stuff that I kind of recognized or knew was that I have a bunch of cap stuff. I got like Granny Mac and Mac V2, and I got I don't know, a few other. I probably got about 5 or 6 at least.
SFOG,
cap strain, that's SFOG Skittles, and but then they have some here that are one that's really Pura Vida, which it just doesn't freaking grow well, but they love it, and it sells out like immediately every time we
of course.
talk it. And then
How about the
what do we have?
products?
Well, so
They need more
I
chem
brought-
on that island, don't they, Doc? Come on,
I
now.
brought
It's fucking chem out here. Ain't no fucking chem. Doc's just
I
gonna go
brought
home.
one of Scott's
pissed.
old guys out here, Mike Wolf, to run the cultivation department area, and he had some this. I wish he's not around. I don't know what the lineage is, but we're calling it Clemente right now, but it's a Clementine something or other that came from some of Scott's shit early and something else. But it's one of the hardest hitting and most citrus, like mandarin citrus or Clementine citrus flavors I've seen.
And our
Golden Nugget's good too.
Yeah, Golden Nugget's pretty decent. That's a little bit sativa.
is it the same thing down there?
Miracle Glue, which I think is that cat now.
Are the kids all into show me whatever your highest THC bullshit swaggle is?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course. they are.
exactly. And until a few months back, there was a lab, of course, that was fucking pushing out like 38% tests.
Of course.
So,
Strongest cannabis on planet Earth, grown right here in Puerto Rico. 48%. I'm in the 50s.
You think they know what they're doing on the mainland? These fucking guys. Yeah. No, 50? Oh, 60.
Yeah.
No
50
problem.
was so last week.
yeah. So, so unfortunately, that's a lot of what there is. But it does seem like there is some good. I mean, again, we sell, vapes and gummies are the manufacturing category, but flower far outsells. Now, the one thing that sucks is that they buy the fuck out of shake. And
They do that.
and
It's
The
the
story of the
sell-
whole industry, dude. It doesn't matter where you are. It's like even here, top 12 SKUs on everybody's fucking list is shake.
I'm pretty sure
And it's like what?
some industry influencer way back in the day posted some videos on YouTube of him with a fucking leaf blower full of a
What a
ton of
dumbass.
weed.
What a dumbass.
So the guy did
that
that,
way,
that
and
guy,
now
all that.
everyone is like, I have to do that
Want to
too.
buy it?
Oh yeah, it's fucking dumbass. Who was his name?
Big Dummy.
No, Big Dummy wasn't there.
I just like saying Big Dummy. When you told me that's what you call him, I couldn't stop laughing. And then I heard him. Remember we were at the Cannabis
remember
Cup
the
in
days?
2013?
Oh, yeah.
And you came walking out the door and you're like, Jordan! I'm like, oh my God, don't eat me. But yes. But
He's
yes.
still scared. Look at that. He's still.
Of
You
course I
left such an impression.
So 19 dispensaries. Oh, wait. Hold on.
you
Look
know-
who it is.
hey.
Hold on.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
no,
Hold on.
don't-
It's
don't.
Ed.
Oh, it's Ed.
Hey, Ed.
Ed. Oh shit. All right, I'm getting out of
Hold
this.
on.
Just
Trouble. Look
It's your fight, buddy.
All right.
He's ducking and weaving.
Ed and I go way back too.
Don't even. No, wait. First we got.
I did. It's on your. I texted it to you.
Oh, we're gonna have a drop in from Ed Rosenthal himself.
Get ready, Mark. Here
Get
it
ready,
comes,
Mark.
buddy.
It's happening.
Oh shit.
He said, "Is that quack Dr. Mark Scialdone on?"
Oh fuck! Called you a quack.
You think he still remembers?
No.
Dave didn't remember either. No, only you. You were the only one scarred for life from that incident. And everyone else.
Just if you really want to get him going, make up stuff about politics.
No.
No. Don't steer it
No,
to. No, we don't want
do
that.
not do that.
No.
Turn your phone sideways.
Turn your phone sideways.
Well, excuse me. What does this have to do with this show?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you hear us both say turn your phone sideways? Adam said it first.
What's going on, Ed?
Hey,
Look at you.
here I am.
Here I am. You called just like Beetlejuice.
Do you wear that hat inside?
He wears it everywhere. That's his hat. That's his head. What's going
Because
on?
his full name's Ted Hitchcock?
You know, ever since that bombing, and it took the top of my skull off.
Mr.
you know.
Pleasant over here.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's on.
Yeah, here, take a look.
Here we go. No, please no. Jane, help him. He has his hand in front of the camera.
Was that a politically oriented bomb?
She can't help me. She's not here.
Oh, well.
You're allowed to operate the camera with Jane's not home? Are you
She
not
left.
are you
Don't
not
tell her.
cooking, are you?
Don't tell her.
She left.
Okay. Well, welcome back to the show, Ed. It's been a minute.
Yeah. So
I just wanted to put you
since I've been on the show, I've been to Greece, Germany, and Alaska.
Nice.
Nice. Tell us about
I call
it.
myself
How
the
did
plant
Greece
medicine
go?
pirate.
What?
How was Greece?
Greece was great, except I was with all these heads, and this guy who owns a head shop distributorship, and it's like 1980s there.
Are you talking about Taki?
Must be talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, but it's like
talking about
1980s there. Everybody's totally scared that they're going to get busted.
So Phototrons everywhere?
Yeah, Phototrons as far as the eye can see.
They're afraid to grow. Really.
Wait, if it's the 80s, are you getting mail to ask Ed again then?
Dun-dun-dun.
Can you bring us back some Quaaludes?
What, they got him in Greece?
They have them there?
I thought they were in India.
We were talking
No,
about...
he's in the 80s.
Oh, you went to the 80s. Oh, damn. So, fuck. I was like,
It's like they're really scared that they're going to get busted and all that stuff. So,
But
and
that-
then
yeah.
I went to Germany, and I went to the biggest trade show I've seen so far. It was in Germany. It was the
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
Yeah, the Berlin. Yeah.
you know, Jane, that name, that person.
Yeah.
Can't forget that.
Can't forget Jane. Is
I
there
heard,
any
it was
reason,
over.
Ed?
I heard it was big, but I heard it was also oversold even at some point, so they couldn't even get people in.
Well, yeah, the first day there were 10,000 people outside that couldn't get in, and many of them actually had tickets, and they just couldn't get in.
That's a shame.
So, it was a 3-day show, so they were able to get in the next day.
Damn.
But it was the biggest show that I've been to.
Well, it's Germany. It's their like, the big year, of course. So for sure that's going to be.
It's their coming out
They
party.
they just got legal days before the show.
Yeah.
It's a big country.
Who would have ever thought, right? Back in the day, like Germany was last on anybody's list as far as I'm concerned. I was never thinking Germany was going to.
But if you think about it, it's the perfect first EU country to come on board because they're going to set the bar so high that everyone will be able to say, you know what, we're just going to do it like Germany does, so we can't be doing anything wrong.
Well, the thing is, it's contiguous to like 5 other countries, and they don't have a border really. So
Right, say that again. What you're
They're
saying?
contiguous to 5 other countries in the EU, and countries. If you're driving in the EU, you don't go through a border.
Right.
So
you're saying the German law is going to apply on the 5 nations that
No, but they're going to be. But they're just going to. Just open it up.
What the hell's wrong with you?
He's slow today. He's really slow. He's like, you said. It's because he said a
what I
big
mean?
word. He said a big word.
Well, like I know that nobody in the
No, wait,
EU,
Ed, let Jan talk. He's being funny right now, and that rarely happens.
You're taking the weed. You go walk. You cross the border. You just go sell the weed.
Very complicated stuff.
Very high level, Bert.
You buy in Germany, you sell somewhere else.
Very good. Wunderbar.
Good. Sehr gut. I can do that.
Yeah, good job.
So, no, but I mean, isn't this something now that if Germany is doing it, isn't there some like EU type of, I know there is some. It's not a law, but it's the way they adopt new rules that they wait for one country to do it, and if they do it correctly, then it gets applied across the EU.
Talking about the commission, talking about the European Commission, but that's not gonna.
That's not the way it works.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave.
I'm asking.
You know, like like France is like Idaho or Utah or something.
Got it.
France is Utah. There you go. I like that.
No, what do you mean? Utah has a medical.
First person ever to compare Utah and France.
Hold on, I Ed.
So similar.
Not to take umbrage with you, but I will say that I recently looked up Utah has a medical cannabis law and a very simple $15 reciprocity application. All you have to do, if you're ever traveling to Utah or through Utah, is to upload your medical card from any state, as long as they have the qualifying condition, your driver's license, and you give them $15 and you're legal for 21 days. So I think that's incredibly progressive.
You're legal, you could be legal for 365 days if you smoke and aren't apprehended.
Very good job. Yeah, I like that.
What sage advice there, Grandpa.
Story of my life.
Say, wise man.
Wise man once say, don't
Put
get caught.
some
Don't
robes
get caught.
on.
Don't get caught.
Show us your lightsaber, Yoda. Come on.
Oh,
Dennis Perone got busted in Nevada.
Who?
Dennis Perone. Remember him?
Utah or Nevada?
Yes.
Nevada's
A long time ago.
You're in the wrong state then. But that's okay.
Yeah,
Utah is beautiful. I tell you what, and I'm gonna get in trouble for this one, but the Mormons are a bunch of wackadoo motherfuckers, but they chose the prettiest state. Like, Utah is amazing.
Good to know.
crickets. You got crickets for that one. Let me tell you.
I'm sorry, but you probably haven't been to Delaware or Maryland.
I'm from that area, but I'm saying in terms of just
like what could be the beauty
the arches
of the freeways in Delaware? What could
Bro, I'm from the Bay Area. Like, Chesapeake Bay is one of the most crazy places as well. But we got rid of them. They say that you can't have this because this is the best, and we sent them west, and then they found Utah, and that's pretty fucking dope.
You sound like a moron. What the heck? You signed him up or what? He's like, I got three more.
Jan, introduce us to your wives. All right, so Ed, what's the future of cannabis?
Wait, Greece, Germany. What was the other one you went to? What was the last place?
Oh yeah, Greece, Germany,
Alaska.
Alaska. Well, that's always a good time of the year to go there.
Yeah, I was there the longest day of the year when the sun doesn't go down.
That's cool. So did
you see Russia?
Did it go in a circle around the sky?
No. I was going to get my education about Russia by looking at it, but I thought that if I looked too hard, they might arrest me.
Or you might see Sarah Palin.
Or you might turn communist.
He already is a
They're
communist.
not communists there.
Don't stare too long at that hammer. And
No, they're not communists. They're like, what do you call it?
They're under an authoritarian regime.
What the hell is wrong with people?
The Federation.
They're a dictatorship based on theft of property, basically. Well, you want a successful business? Why don't you give some shares to Putin?
Okay, remember, Ed, we're talking cannabis, not politics.
I would never talk politics.
Dr. Mark Scialdone is right there, ready to combat anything.
Ed, you're right nostril there, buddy. Yeah. You got a little. You might want
to free the flower.
Yeah, there you go.
There.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Wipe it on the camera.
Yeah, smear it on the camera.
So Dr. Mark here was saying a bunch of shit about you before you came on. So you go ahead.
It's probably right.
I love you. We go back, man. Mark, you're on your own, so, my friend.
Yeah, it's probably right.
Oh, Mark, look at that.
You know.
Left the wolves.
Ed, why are you holding your hand in front of the camera?
He's trying to hold the camera.
Oh, you're trying to hold the camera because Jane's not there to hold it for
Oh,
you.
no. I forgot. I have a new thing on this camera.
Oh, jeez.
Where is that? Let's see.
If you can't trust a computer, who can you trust?
Mark, wow. You okay there, buddy? You got the COVID?
Got the vid.
Got the vid?
You gotta get that all out of there.
Everyone has the vid these days.
Oh, here you go. Speaking of
Oh, speaking of COVID, look who just walked in.
Mr. X.
Hey, Mr. X, by the way, keep sending me those text memes of all that political propaganda. Anyone now is going to sway me over to your opinion.
Wow, look at
I'm
that.
just saying, you almost have me.
Oh, look at him look at you breaking all your rules. Breaking 3 rules at once.
Make me want to have sex, is it?
Dave's breaking 3 rules at once. He's
3.
speaking
I can
off
break
camera
plenty.
about politics.
Yeah.
That's like a great combination.
So, Ed, just no politics,
never
seriously.
talk about politics
So,
on your show.
just so you know,
never.
Ed, Dr. Mark is in Puerto Rico right now with our buddy Big Dummy, and they are overseeing the build out of a 420,000 foot facility.
Square foot.
Yeah, get your numbers right.
Thank you, Doctor.
why we
Make
have-
me some.
His number
fucking-
was right. He just has, it's 420 square feet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not 420 feet tall.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, that'd be pretty big. 420,000
Would you
square.
just make me some Quaaludes, please?
That's 10 acres. That's not too big.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Ed, really? I'm trying to pump him up here. I'm trying to, get you a consulting gig because Dr. Mark's gonna lose it soon.
Wow.
Well,
I mean, with Jan, he'll be running it so inefficiently he won't be listening to anything you say, and you're gonna lose the project.
Dang.
hey, you want to see some plants
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
next week?
Oh.
Wait,
Damn.
we have to have you on again next week? So soon?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
It's true.
All right. Well, it's I like how he
I'm
forced his
sorry
way out of the
about
show.
that.
It's all right. It's
You're
all
gonna
right.
be so- are you gonna be on site next
what?
week, or
you know the problem here? I'm talking with you guys, and there's no dope in front of me. What is this?
That's
How
a-
come there's no dope here?
Because you don't have Jane there to take care of you. That's the problem. We already know.
Jane doesn't take care of the dope.
I
take
believe
care of
that's
the
a
dope.
Yeah, but
a
everything else, so
YP.
then you could be focused on the dope instead of.
That's right.
Yeah, right now
Yeah.
you're focusing on everything else. Like, God, would I have to take care of that?
That's a
Do this.
YP, not an MP. That's a your
Go
problem.
take care of yourself. If you need some,
Get some
go,
dope.
Go grab some weed.
Yeah.
You
what-
can't spell
Oh,
dope
yeah.
without the word head.
I should get. Yeah, it's like edu dope. Yeah.
Heavy, man.
Heavy man.
That's so heavy. Is that a Picasso behind
Oh,
you?
so watch this. Watch this. This is my new camera holder.
Oh yeah, you were
That
telling us
goes
about
with
something.
with my new camera. How about that?
Is it auto tracking? Does it auto track?
So the
It's
first.
not auto tracking, but it like I don't have to hold it.
I kind of liked it when your hand was blocking half of your lens.
That's what I was going to say. So the first 20 minutes didn't need to happen with your hand in front of that. You could have just put it on your new holder.
Hey, have you seen this book? I'm going to show it to you.
Is it your book? Don't hurt yourself
No.
picking it up.
No.
No, I have nothing
Whoa.
to do with this book except reading it.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
very
But
cool.
it's a great book.
Oh, it looks cool.
Yeah,
Fortress.
and
Of cannabis.
it's by it's Fortress of Cannabis, and it's the most beautiful pictures inside. I mean, you like old men, right? There he is.
Have you heard of semaglutides?
I guess same place.
Jan,
Is this old shots or all new shots mostly?
Sure.
bring Jan back. Ed was talking about someone who likes.
And he's
old
ordering
men.
Chinese food.
Kung Pao. Kung Pao.
Oh, God, here we go with this shit again.
You gonna let him do the ordering?
Hey, he doesn't have any problem finding food, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure he's efficient at getting food.
I'll eat the scraps.
That was funny.
You're like that little, you're like that little fish that swims around next to the shark.
Yeah, that's right.
And grabs all his snacks.
Remora.
No, he's got 3 dogs to do that, actually.
So that
He
book is
brought his
from,
dogs
who's where's it? Who's the publisher of it?
It's by Wise Up Photography.
And did they send it to you to ask you to give it a peruse and a review?
Yeah, they did, and it's really beautiful. It's really a beautiful book. I mean, this book was done as a labor of love. It was not meant to. It wasn't published to get rich on it, because it has a limited clientele, and it took a lot of investment and time and money to do it, and it's just beautiful.
So is it processing and kind of the whole 9 yards and just different techniques and
the whole thing.
Beautiful.
For the budget, it's really good.
So I'm leaving momentarily for just couple of minutes.
Okay.
While I get up.
We'll pause the show.
Mark, come on.
We're going to stop the show right now for everybody.
So everybody's seen this book, right?
Is it yours?
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that for sure.
Yeah. The book on Afghanistan, let me tell you, it makes my book look not as well developed. So.
Well, yeah, but they're there. I mean, it looks like something where they were there doing it long term, too. It wasn't like just a quick trip to India or something.
That's true. And the other thing is, I'm not putting the book down or him down or anything, but there are many photos from Afghanistan because it was along the hippie trail for a long time. So there's a lot of photography on it. But the pictures that I took of the government licensed fields in central India, I don't know of anybody else who photographed that.
Nice.
So,
attaboy, Ed.
It would just happen to be my fortune that I was traveling through at that time, and looked out the window of a train.
And said, wait a minute.
Wait, stop the train.
Yeah, a little focus.
Go get some dope. Come on back.
Yeah, okay.
So, Dr. Mark.
Got you out of that one,
Now
Mark.
that
got you right out of that one. Perfect.
both of your adversaries are gone for a moment. What is
my adversaries? Why do you build it up like that?
Dave is like, he's
creating.
creating.
I'm just creating
fake
controversy
riffs in his mind.
Yeah. Tell us about. I want to know more about the market in Puerto Rico. I mean, is it something where they're doing they're importing a whole bunch of Cali shit and passing it off, or is it truly straight up a regulated system that's just waiting to blow up wreck?
You need to ask the other guy this. Don't you have any chemistry questions?
Yeah, ask him something chemistry like.
Yeah,
all right,
ask me something chemistry related. Ask me something that I can answer. I don't know the fucking answer to that.
What's the next concentrate then?
Oh, well, we're, trying to get them up to diamonds and sauce. And even though there's not a lot of dabbing on the island, I guess it's just sort of like maybe again, early Denver, like they were selling product like shatter, but then people didn't know what to do with shatters. You know what they were doing? They were crumbling shatter and putting it on their bowl.
Oh gosh.
That's just like throwing sand down at the beach, right? Doesn't make sense. So, I think that I tried to talk to Jan about this, that eventually the market will mature to really get away from just vanilla flavored distillate pens and get to live resin, right? We all want to get to where Kind Bill was, right? Which is, you want your vape pen to taste like the cannabis from which it's derived. When you just strip everything away and you're just taking distillate and just adding store-bought terpenes, that's just
Well, the problem down
so
there,
what?
and the problem too is again exposure, right? So a lot of people, that's their first exposure. So for
Right.
them, that's normal. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, that's just, like it should taste like a pina colada or a fucking papaya, fucking mango, whatever. And you're like, this is not what we're talking about here. You know, and
It needs to
like,
taste like his shirt.
Tastes like my shirt over here. Freaking shirt. You don't know how to make it? Look at my shirt.
No, there's great palette of tropical flavors down here. There's great, tropical fruit that's grown. So things like papaya and
Well, I think down there, what would be interesting is if you're growing, is to go to the people that are producing all those things. But the problem is you got to get it organic, which is pretty hard to do. But then start make ferments out of that. You know what I mean? Because it's like you have access to all these tropical sort of mango ferment is. That's going to be fucking dynamite right there. Right. And just the amount of different kinds of unique things that are growing down there too. It's weird though.
There's alcohol products, Adam, that are made out of the natural fruits, and so obviously anything with sugar in it, you could add some yeast to it, and basically, ferment alcohol. And there's.
I'm just talking ferment for
plants.
There's
a wonderful palette of flavor down here. There's great, Latin American food, pollo and arroz, right? I mean, we first went to a barbecue over here, and it's kind of like, really super good ethnic food. And, I just look at it from the point of view that they need to mature into where we are, which is that, the highest value product that you can get from cannabis plants is live resin, period. That's it. Turning shit into, vanilla distillate and then adding true terpenes, store-bought bullshit terpenes, fuck that.
Yeah.
Make the fucking extract out of the plant that you want to taste. And again, the joint or the vape pen itself is supposed to mimic the joint experience without the flame, right? So, I think if they could have strain specificity and be introduced to that in a live resin pen, eventually we'll win them over to dabbing. As the market matures.
So what's going on in regards to...
I'll tell you, I'll go back to the original question. He was hoping you were going to rub some crystal ball and say, THC EAG 1556 is the next big cannabinoid, because that's what he's hoping. He's hoping.
No, I'm
right there.
not
there
so
much
that.
Can't give it a name yet.
We had
Stardust.
You
HHCA. That's what that is.
HHCA. Okay, there you go. That's your next.
You had a pen of this, Adam. I gave you a pen of this. Right?
I thought you said ton.
I gave Pinsky a couple pens of this. He insisted,
even though he was nonverbal. He was able to.
Yeah, he couldn't actually make a sentence out of his mouth at the moment, but.
So
what do you got there? What are you cleaning? Cleaning some chalice or something? What was going on over there?
I thought you were eating there, Ed.
Big double nostril. Oh.
So no, what I was asking, Mark, is if you go back to like Cannabis.
So here's what.
2012. We started chatter. Everyone had chatter. It was everywhere, and then we came back a year later. Was rosin.
Old school.
Oh, that's
chunk,
pretty.
Hunk of chunk.
And that's what we've had, right? So then we had diamonds and sauce, and then some blends. But do you see a new potential concentrate coming out, or is this really we're going to refine these processes? It's going to be the best of live resin versus the best of live rosin.
Looks like
I think the idea is that you want the extraction process to not affect the oil that's on the plant. So if it's golden on the plant, it should be golden in the jar. If it's not dark on the plant, it shouldn't be dark in the jar. Dark to a chemist like me typically means oxidation and some type of degradation. And you can taste that. The human palate is sensitive enough, even at very, very low concentrations, to taste a little bit of degradation. So you want your
Princess and the Pea of terps.
I
taste one immature gland. This is crap.
I come back to every time we talk about this. I come back to the fact that I'm glad you guys try to outdo each other, because it just means it's better for us muggles to smoke. But I'm curious as to what's next. I mean, I'm wondering if the technology of vapor pens will get to the point of they're so efficient that they're the new dabbing years from now, where I don't know. I didn't think we were going to ever get to the point right now where when I get a vapor cartridge from someone, from 14er, I never worry about it not working. But in those first few years, it was like every 10th one you got failed. The technology failed. So
That's such a boring problem.
What do you mean?
You and your boring
Because
problems.
you're relying on mass manufacturing in a country like China. And when you don't get something that works, they sent you to ship from the back of the warehouse. But, ask me a chemistry question. Ask me something challenging.
Let's talk chemistry.
We'll talk about the hemp.
Ed, ask him a chemistry question.
Ed, ask him a question. How's that?
Well, here's the question that I have. Do you think that cannabis chemistry will last beyond the time when you can when you'll be able to electronically stroke your brain to give the sensations that you want?
Where's the chemistry?
Sensation. Chemistry. I'm saying that you'll be able to electronically stroke parts of the parts of the brain that create different sensations. So then you wouldn't need the chemistry.
Didn't Woody Allen have that in one of his movies where it was that silver orb?
Everybody touched the orb.
I know that the VW started after 1,000 years.
Well, they drilled holes in people's brains and did all that kind of shit for a while. That was an action. There was a little bit going on there.
But you can get these machines now. Sensitize parts of the brain to make you calm, or
the light ones. Is it like a light combination thing, or is it something else?
There are light ones that go through the eyes, but there are ones that go electronically right through the skull to different pinpoint areas of the brain. So I think that like if somebody wants a fentanyl sensation, without the death, they might be able to get it that
Sans
way.
death? Oh, nice.
Without
sans death, please.
Yeah. If somebody, whatever, sensation, trippy sensation that you want, if you can just tease different parts of the brain, you might be able to do that. And then you wouldn't need the chemistry.
Some type of electrical impulse, you think that could happen?
Yeah.
So the brain is communicating through electrical gradients. There is like in a synapse, there is a potential difference across that synapse, and when synapses do fire, it is kind of similar to a electronic circuit making a connection. But I don't really have a feeling whether that can be specific to a particular sensation, like you're saying, like you want to sort of like re-experience like an LSD trip by just plugging in some device and holding it near your head. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Problem with that is it's almost like a computer generated something where it's like you might think you're experiencing something, but it's pre-programmed and it's someone else is putting that into you.
So I think what would be cool, and it's maybe along the lines of what you're thinking, is that the brain emits brain waves, right? So there's sort of like an electronic signature that the brain makes. Could they use something like AI? So if somebody comes in to a clinic and they're depressed or something, and they could read that in their brain waves, right? Could that help them diagnose disease and maybe, make recommendations?
They have something like that. They have these,
right?
They have two different kinds of alpha wave machines. They have one kind notifies you when you're giving out alpha waves, when you're emitting alpha waves, and that way you can learn to do it sort of like you learn to ride a bike, because you're getting feedback when you're producing the alpha waves. And there's another kind that actually emits alpha waves, and then you get those alpha wave sensations. So it's already been done a much grosser scale than I'm talking about. But I think as with AI, as they pinpoint every part of the brain, they'll be able to know which parts get sensitized by all of this different chemistry, and they'll be able to imitate that chemistry electronically.
Yeah, so I think it's part of that feedback, and this thing could potentially happen, is if you put like a virtual reality set on somebody, right? And they're, again, you're hooked up, you're getting this brainwave pattern, and we're like, oh man, this guy needs to see, fields of flowers and beautiful little unicorns or whatever. And now all of a sudden you're in some reality that changes the way that your brain is emitting these brain waves, feeds back into the AI loop. Are we?
But you're still in someone else's world. You know what I mean? At that point, you're still not in your own. And that's the thing.
No, but I'm saying that actually, like all these drugs, like let's take LSD. In some way, they tickle a certain part. Oh. Okay, we're all on acid. So we take it tickles certain parts of the brain. And so when I say tickles, it's
not you, Jan.
Certain parts of the brain are sensitive to it. So if you know where those points are, then you might be able to do the same thing, but without chemistry, just electronically.
Well, but I think what we'd like to do is we'd like to, as a feedback loop, now basically be, treated with psilocybin, LSD, endorphins, do something that, you have someone who's in, either bipolar or, some type of behavioral disorder where they actually need medication. Is there actually an effective way of diagnosing that using something like AI or some kind of genetic algorithm that could maybe look at a bunch of different possibilities and try to figure out, because the brain is such a, brain is hardwired kind of like a disk drive, right? And you got to make sure that you're hitting the right files and you have the right.
I mean, the biggest problem I see there is that.
Let me ask you: do you think that the brain is hardwired, or do you think that it has flexibility?
Yeah, that's called neuroplasticity.
Well, those are not mutually.
Blind people use some of the nerve network that sighted people would use, but they use it for other kinds of sensitivity, like for hearing or touch and things like that.
Sure.
That's well known. And I think that the brain, and depending on what language you learn, I think that the nerve networks make different connections depending on the type of language or the society.
Well, it's like taxi drivers in London.
It's about age, right? You have an incredible amount of neuroplasticity and capacity for learning at the youngest ages. But basically, if you haven't started learning a language by the time you're 8 years old, and usually it's about 4 years old, you'll never be a true native speaker. Like if you look at language, study language.
I know, big dummy in the brain talk. It's like, whoa, I don't know.
I'm sorry. Hang on one second, guys. Everybody, we have to give a total disclosure. The views expressed by Jan Carlos do not in any way, shape, or form reflect that.
Are nonsensical every time.
Yeah, he's batshit.
This is the guy that thought that there was a lot of research in cannabis in the '60s.
Who's that?
I had to show him what Rafi did.
What Rafi did was, and along the way as well, was gave us some legitimacy for a bunch of fucking stoners that were like, we love this shit. Good for you.
You know what? You should take a look at some of the papers that
it's on now.
You should see some of the papers that some of El Soli's people put out. Really interesting papers.
I've read every paper El Soli has ever published. I'm very familiar with his work.
Yeah.
What are you referring to in particular?
Well, in 1980,
when he calls you a douchebag.
But by 1980, they knew that CBD was a medicine. For instance, they had all those papers out in 79, 80,
Yeah, well, that
about
was the clinical trial that was
anti-cancer
run in Sao
stuff.
Paulo, Brazil. That Mashulm is actually a co-author on that paper, and that was that predated GW getting approval for Epidiolex. And it's been known it was known anecdotally for many years, but that was the first demonstration of clinical efficacy and it's a very high degree of safety, Ed. I mean, right? I mean, that's the whole magic about CBD is it's wonderfully effective, but it's also wonderfully safe, Only at very, very high doses will you see elevation of liver enzymes and problems associated with consuming CBD.
And it can be used continuously.
That's right. And it's not only good as a kind of like what you'd call a maintenance medicine to keep people from seizuring, but it's also very effective at a higher dose. I recall this story for Jan Carlos.
Well, you're talking about epilepsy, but I was talking about CBD and cancer.
Okay, well, the 1980 clinical study that was published from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
There were several different studies published in 1980 to 1982.
Yeah, well, you remember the Donald Tashkin's study, right? Donald Tashkin was tasked in 1973 to prove that smoking cannabis was going to give you cancer, right?
Didn't work.
This is Donald Tashkin at UCLA, right? So basically, what they found is that people who smoke cannabis are less susceptible to lung disease than people who don't smoke at all.
Than the control group. They had
that's right.
fewer
That's
cancers.
right.
But I spoke to Tashkin about that paper, and it wasn't exactly about the paper, but he gave that paper at the ICRS meeting, and so I said, well, you're not planning to get other grants, are you? After that paper, because it was like a big fuck you to the government, right? So he said, "Oh, I'm into HIV/AIDS now."
Well, I mean, he was, just a doctor trying to serve his patients well. But I just thought it was really super interesting that, basically, I think it was back in the Nixon administration, just before he left office, they were like, okay, get the data in front of us so we can show that cannabis causes cancer and it doesn't cause cancer. In fact, what we now know is that cannabis and several cannabinoids and several studies from universities all over the world and medical researchers have now shown that it's efficacious to basically kill cancer, to stop cancer. Most notably, the work by Manuel Guzman in Spain has now shown that, there's actually a mechanistic reality for cancer being stopped because cannabinoids promote something called apoptosis, which is programmed cell death, which basically, destroys cancer. And it's also anti-cancer by several other mechanisms. Anti-angiogenic, it's anti-inflammatory because it quenches reactive oxygenated species in the brain, which cause
anti-clean up your room. It does that too.
Anti-get off the couch.
Anti-get off the couch. It's
it's pro Doritos. It is pro cupcakes.
Anti-inflammatory.
Yes.
It might be anti-Ed. It looks like Ed just walked away.
Oh,
it happens a lot.
Well, usually, at least he's up. He's not falling asleep. Usually he falls asleep.
Look how great he looks.
I just pulled up the National Library of Medicine Cannabis for the Management of Cancer Symptoms, THC version 2.0.
Hell of a producer job.
What a job. Good job.
And it mentions it's a paper by Manuel Guzman.
Guzman?
Yep. Yep.
See, I know my shit.
Confirmed. You have been confirmed, Doctor.
So
I'm going to link it in the chat for
in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, over the fence, home run. All right. What's next?
So at one ICRS meeting, the person in charge of the cancer research had somebody give a speech for him. It was his speech, but he wasn't there. And where he said, we know that marijuana is harmful. We know cannabis is really bad. And it's your job as scientists to find out how it's harmful. And that was the government position to the ICRS.
But that guy died of cancer from smoking cigarettes, right?
Trying to think of his name, Lasser.
I was hoping he'd be struck by lightning, but cancer from cigarettes is fine for him.
but it
I
was
mean,
a
isn't that
really
crazy that
interesting.
there's this herbal product that our country was founded on, right? And the whole slave trade was all around tobacco and all this wonderful tobacco market that these people were exploiting in Europe. And our country was founded by slave-owning tobacco farmers. So wouldn't you think that again? If
I would broaden that a little.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Tobacco, sugar, and
well, sugar was grown down here. That's one of the big products down here in Puerto Rico is sugar cane.
Oh, yeah, but all those sugar,
don't say. No way.
And cotton, and the third thing was cotton.
There you go.
And the cotton went to feed the slave type mills in England. They had all those cotton mills.
That's right.
And so once Eli Whitney invented the gin, which separated used teeth to separate the seeds from the fiber, that's when cotton became an inexpensive crop due to slavery. So I'd say it was those three products, not just tobacco.
Sure.
I agree. Yeah.
It was whatever could be exploited back then.
I was just making the point that they didn't realize that smoking tobacco, that the nicotine and all the other nitrogen-containing compounds in the essential oil of tobacco turn into extremely toxic compounds on combustion, right? So when you take tobacco and you take the nitrogen-containing alkaloids that are in there, and when you heat them up, Ed, they form things called nitroxides and nitroso compounds, and these are some of the most toxic compounds that we know. So it's so interesting.
Hot oils.
Yeah, that if like my guy over here who likes to mix tobacco in with his cannabis, well, maybe that's a good way to consume tobacco because
but I think he should have, he should have deep fried French fries with it.
He will. Don't you worry.
Wait, Jan?
Advice taken.
Can you come back on camera for a second? Tell him about this thing called deep fried French fries.
You went to go pick up P.F. Chang's.
See, that's so fucked.
There you go.
You said you were getting Chinese food, and you fucking let him
But
go
you know
to
what?
a P.F. Chang's?
I disagree that they didn't know about those things. They did. And in 1607, the King of England, who was the King of England? James. He published the Epistle on tobacco, where he said basically that it causes cancer, heart disease, and lung problems. And you could just look it up on Google, you'll see it. They knew that in 1607.
Wonderful. Hey, Ed, you want to see our new branded Pro Tool? Take a look at that, huh?
Like you can see.
Look at that.
Look at it. Look at it.
See the tiny, teensy, weensy thing I'm holding in my hand?
And then
There's an even
I have to get
a smaller logo on it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But we just got him. Adam Dunn Show branded Pro Tool. Mark has one over there.
Serious
He'll show
shit
you.
right there.
You're going to want to pick these up. Very limited run.
Whoa, look at that shit logo.
You know,
the funny part is our logos are exactly the same. So it looks perfect together.
So let's get back to some serious chemistry questions here.
Doctor, you really should look at that epistle on tobacco.
Okay.
By King James. And it says exactly what doctors say now. I mean, they didn't have the same words for it, but they knew what it was doing to the body.
Just don't tell us how to open up.
He was grabbed it by the tool.
I'll grab. Yeah.
You grabbed it by the tool?
Yeah, look at that.
Don't ever. Look at that. Oh,
so
shit.
can we get some real chemistry help here, Dr. Mark? Let's get back to the most important thing there is. Is there any way you can instruct anyone here in the States on how to make quality Quaaludes without fentanyl in them?
I just saw it online. I just saw it literally online. Someone posted a whole fucking thing. I was just like, really? Oh my God, there it is on YouTube. You can look it up. Quaaludes.
Are Quaaludes available in Mexico?
I'm not going to take one unless Dr. Mark makes it. If he makes it, then I know I'm not going to die. But seriously, I mean, it's hard. I told you my story. I had one bottle of 100, and it was I mean, God, I want to go back in
ladies.
time.
Hey, ladies.
Look what I got.
Look,
Those were the days.
David, if you're going to be an Uber driver, you need that. You really need that. Just take a half.
What are you showing us, Ed? That's your table?
Oh, yeah, that's my table. Why is it? I don't know. This thing is, I don't know. What's going on?
He's got a knife.
Yeah, I've got a knife.
My friend, he's got a knife.
He's got a knife. All right, so Puerto Rico, we heard all about. So, do you have anything innovative? How is your hydrocannabinoid? Your patented cannabinoid. Yes.
Hexahydrocannabinolic acid. Yeah, we're actually in the so when you hydrogenate THCA, you make HHCA. That's what this stuff is right here. And so when you do that, you make two isomers. You make an R isomer and you make an S isomer. And so right now we're in the process of separating the R from the S so we can have certified reference standards for third-party labs that can measure it. And then we're essentially going to go into commercial production.
And you're going to do that in Puerto Rico?
No, not here in Puerto Rico. This is all in the States, at least for now. I don't know. Maybe down here. Who knows?
No, don't do it. Jan's involved in the project right now. Just wait till he's not involved. I just speak from experience. I've seen what happens. It's going
to... Is that better?
Is what better? You look great.
Yeah. Looking great, Ed.
You don't have any Quaalude stash, do you? Does Jane have a bottle in the closet you save for like rainy days?
I'm answering chemistry questions in the chat. This is cool.
There you go. That's the people who need it the most, right?
It's the guys in the chat that want to talk chemistry, not you, motherfucker.
Why don't you ask the question?
Dave just likes to derail every conversation.
No, ask the fucking question out loud. What are you answering?
He's a derailer.
Well, there's a guy in the chat. Let's see. What's his name? It's M1K3 Grow. Is that it?
Mike.
That's Mike Grow.
That's Mike Grow.
That's our boy. He knows everything.
He's a plant.
What is he asking questions for? He knows everything. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well, he's looking to make phenethylamine, right, which is a compound we all know and love.
Oh, phenethylamine.
By decarboxylating a naturally occurring amino acid named tyrosine.
He's been raving about this stuff for a long time. What do you know about this stuff? Because it's like just some random thing to me, honestly.
No, I mean that's. I think it's described in Shulgin's book. So,
can we get in trouble for you explaining this right now?
No.
Okay.
No,
good.
this is chemistry that's all public domain. In fact, you can get Sasha's notebooks up on Iridid. I'm pretty sure that they're still up there, and they're not the redacted ones. So for a while, they had a bunch of redacted pages in there, but yeah, you could download PDFs of Sasha's notebooks now. And I think Sasha's lab or the foundation that it just received an infusion of money and there's somebody who's going to throw like matching funds against the money that they're raising right now. So it's really great. They're
going to preserve his
they're
little
going to
funky
keep that lab going.
His little funky lab.
Do they want to buy
I
a
think
podcast?
Paul Daly is still involved with that, and he was Sasha's sort of technician for many, many years. I know that Paul's involved in that, so that's really cool, actually. Think about it.
Yeah,
nice.
Ed, did you know Sasha?
Yes. Not well, though.
Did you go to those dinners? Did you go to those dinners with Jane? Hang out, like the crazy dinners.
It was pre-Jane.
Pre-Jane, okay. But did you go to his dinners? You ever go to
Couple of them.
Nice.
What is it, like the Epstein plane or something?
No, it's like roulette, Russian roulette, right? You don't even know what you're doing. You're just like, what are we doing tonight? And
They were sometimes very unfocused.
no way.
You're
A bunch
kidding.
of dudes on drugs and unfocused? Come on. But yeah, no, it definitely was one of those, as a young psychonaut reading every time you'd read his shit, you'd just be like, oh my God.
That's the guy who made 2CB?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Okay. And many other things.
I'm just making sure that's
so many things.
Yeah, it was every day made a new compound.
But that was his favorite one, right, or something? Is that
one of the
I don't know. Did he ever say that in his writing? I don't know. Is that true?
I don't know. I thought I heard that along the way.
He might have
here on the show somewhere.
I saw a documentary recently
believe what
with
you
it.
hear
It
on the
was
show.
like
I know.
They definitely was one of their tops for sure.
Yeah, there's a great documentary that's on YouTube called Dirty Pictures. Have you seen that?
Yep, that's what I was talking about. That's really good.
Wait, on YouTube?
Yeah.
I thought that was just a folder in my computer.
They're using the same name?
Not those kinds of dirty pictures.
Oh, okay. Derailing Dave.
Bagels. Everything
Call him
bagels.
Derailing Dave. Woo woo. But yeah, it's a really good documentary, right? It's like,
hey, I actually have a chemistry question for you guys.
Oh shit!
Whoa,
we're all gonna fail, and we failed.
So a very reputable testing lab has kind of reached out to me, actually 2 folks at testing labs, and they're seeing a new thing called CB9. And they came to me because they thought maybe I knew what it was. And, you know, I have no idea what this thing is, but they're claiming it's a cannabinoid. CB9, Ed, does that ring a bell with you?
No, but David wants to try it.
Yes, please.
And how do they?
Yeah, perfect. So it's not
identify?
based kind of thing.
Yeah, how does that?
How do you identify a new thing like that? Like, what is it?
So,
come up with a name
does
for it?
Does it latch on to one of the receptors?
Yeah, here's what I think.
Which one?
I think you know how the cannabinoids have a 5-carbon tail, and if you go to the 7-carbon tail, it becomes THCP, tetrahydrocannabidiol, or whatever. I think this just might be a 9-carbon, a nonal chain. So that might be a CBD with a 9-carbon tail, and it's called CB9. But I'm going to try to get a sample sent from the lab to my lab to see if I can figure out what it is. I love.
So with those tests, was it
puzzles.
naturally occurring in the plant, or was it out of an extract?
No, it's just from some hemp hustler who's just trying to make a quick buck selling some latest, alphabet soup.
Oh,
God damn it! Some cannabinoid soup.
So he CRISPR'd something.
No.
I have no idea what the fuck it is, man. I'll let you. I'll come back on the show.
What
and
state?
Let you know.
What state was this, or is this all over the place, multiple places?
Well, the one lab was from Colorado, and the other lab was from Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
And they just reached out to me and they said, "Hey, we're seeing this stuff called CB9. Do you know what the hell it is?" I was like, "Let me look into it."
CB4.
I just looked it up, and the first thing I looked up says that it is a natural 5-carbon tail, and the chemical structure similar to the more familiar CBD.
Yeah, then what could it possibly be? So if it only has a 5-carbon tail and it's a CBD-like molecule, could it be, I don't know, maybe they did something at carbon 9? That's why they call it CB9. Hydrogenated CBD exists. So
Okay,
call that,
it's a unicorn.
This
there's
website.
2 double bonds.
It's
There's
canna.
2 double bonds in CBD. So when you hydrogenate both double bonds, that's called THCBD, or tetrahydrocannabidiol. And it's interesting. So when we were doing our hydrogenation, a few years ago, we hydrogenated some CBD isolate, and what we noticed immediately is that it's psychoactive, and it puts you back down in your chair. I mean, you have to sit down and wait for the effect to go away. So hydrogenating those double bonds puts psychoactivity into CBD. That's interesting. But maybe it's somehow they're doing some kind of chemistry at CB9. But
I'm reading it right now. It says CB9 is a derivative of CBD found in the cannabis plant. It is one of more than 100 identified cannabinoids in the plant. It has a natural 5-carbon tail and a chemical structure similar to the more familiar CBD. But as we know, even a slight change in chemical structure will cause the effects of cannabinoids to be different. This is also the case for the compound CB9, which, unlike CBD, is psychoactive.
How do we get
What's
some?
that website, Mark?
I just linked it in the chat if you are in the chat.
Okay.
Cannatura.com.
Cannatura. Okay. I mean, this might just be
right. Now that I'm looking at it, it's like
See, you finally answered the question that Dave's been asking the whole time. What's the latest, greatest, newest, mostest
we got
thing?
there the long way.
We got there.
Took a long time.
Yeah.
Your approach was terrible, but it's okay.
Well, I'll tell you something that's latest, greatest, and newest. And yes, I did file a patent on it. So this is hydrogenated THCA, right? So turns it into HHCA. And so what we do
is we add hydrogen across that double bond of the north ring of THCA, and it makes HHCA. Well, I was thinking, geez, what other kinds of chemistry can I do to that double bond? And so you could add hydrogen, which is adding a hydrogen atom at each carbon. And I was like, wait a second. What about hydrofluorination? Has anyone ever hydrofluorinated?
I was just thinking that. Weren't we talking about that, Mr. X, right before the show?
I did that, actually. I don't know what you're talking about. I did that last
So
year.
in a hydrofluorination reaction, now you're adding HF. HF, if you remember from
Yes,
Breaking Bad, that was
course.
the thing that dissolved the bathtub. And that's HF is a really nasty thing, but seasoned chemists like myself, I can handle HF, no problem, because I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Famous last
So I
words
added
right there.
HF. I added HF across THCA, and I made 9 fluoro hexahydrocannabinolic acid, and I did it to THC, so I made 9 fluorohexahydrocannabinol. These compounds have never been made before, so we have no idea what they're useful for.
So I always think of hydrogenated shit as just being terrible for everybody. Like, is that not the case, or is it just with food that it makes it terrible?
Because you're referring to hydrogenated seed oils, which was
the worst.
If you ever look up that show, The Foods That Built America from the History Channel, there's an episode that talks about hydrogenation in the Skippy peanut butter. Skippy and Jif peanut butter are made possible, and the reason why they're solid is because when you take a vegetable oil that's a liquid and you hydrogenate it, you turn it into a solid.
Sure.
And that's how they were able to make peanut butter.
It's like
because it's
emulsifying.
got a lot of hydrogenated oil. The thing that's not safe for
Crisco,
Crisco,
exactly.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
So
All
in the
bad stuff.
hydrogenation process, you generate something called trans fats, and in trans fats are very
trendy right now, though. Could be good. Could bring them back.
Yeah,
God, full of trans fat.
Totally incorrect.
Trans fats will turn Adam into something
Trans
like
fat
that.
rolled in the room.
We have a celebrity who just came in, everybody.
You said trans fat, and then
Nice.
Mike Denver rolled in the room.
Rolled in.
Yeah.
Someone say trans
Yeah,
fat.
It's good to build up the arteries.
Yeah,
That's right. Because they're insoluble. Because when you hydrogenate these long alkyl chains, now they could line up and make these waxy crystalline structures. And so
But aren't we
what
trying to
normally
stay-
would be a
aren't you the
liquid
original
is now a
guy?
solid, like Ed is saying, and it plaques out in your arteries.
Yeah, but
And
does that
you know,
does
it's
that
pretty
not-
hard to
I
even
switched to abracado oil.
Does that not mean if you dab it that you're just going to be like creating some sort
No,
of
okay.
waxy?
So here I'm not hydrogenating seed oil. I'm hydrogenating a cannabinoid.
Okay.
Right? Hydrogenating a cannabinoid makes hydrogenated cannabinoids. Hydrogenated cannabinoids are different than hydrogenated seed oils. They're like apples and oranges. They're 2 different fucking molecules, man.
Okay.
So just because you hydrogenate one thing and get a heart
Yo,
attack.
man, I know.
doesn't mean
Well,
you
but I
hydrogenate
think of
something else.
cannabis is oily though and heavy and kind of have that kind of vibe to it. So is this like taking it from just already processed down to the non-oily state, obviously?
And remember, you're speaking to muggles here. Remember, I used to have you on all those professional calls, and they asked me not to have you back.
Yeah, 'cause you got too technical.
Yeah, just
Got all
talk to
excited.
muggles. Not everyone is Ed Rosenthal.
Even though he's here.
Well, what don't you understand from what
All
I'm
of
saying?
it.
Everything.
It sounded
from
bad.
From the word you started,
Yeah.
whatever word you started on to the last word, it was done.
Pretty much whenever you were talking.
Didn't you guys pay attention in chemistry class?
Wait, which one of us are you talking to?
Chemistry classes.
I drew a lot on my books.
A mole
you
of
took it in a
souls.
classroom or you took it in a grow, you learned chemistry somehow, right?
Mostly by mistakes. Mostly like, is this?
Trial
Should I
and
put
error.
this and that together? No, it's definitely not.
Hydrochloric.
That was my techniques.
No, we had. I mean, I went to school. We still had Bunsen burners in the classrooms and things like that. But it was
We
basically
still have Bunsen burners. I use Bunsen burners when I'm teaching my labs.
Oh, look
you
at
do,
Dr.
but in
Frickin'.
the American educational system, they can barely afford textbooks. Nobody's putting a Bunsen burner in the high schools anymore. You know, it's just at least not that I'm
That's
seeing.
Have 'em on
that's
their
not
phone.
true, man.
Virtual.
Do you have kids? Did you send kids through school?
Yeah, I've got a 16-year-old starting 11th
Yeah, so
grade now.
ask them if they had a Bunsen burner when they were in high school. They still have that shit. It's like it has a kind of way. They still have a lab.
I think Breaking Bad scared everybody.
I think that they converted them into Bibles.
Yes.
Well, I know every
Oh,
scale
Ed.
got stolen.
Attaboy.
Every
Way to
scale,
go, Ed.
every
You see,
freaking Ohio scale was
Bunsen and
stolen from
Bible,
her.
it's very close.
Would you note the time
At
of the
least
ship's
first
log
letter.
for Vinny for that one? Yeah, that's a good one. We need that one again. Do you know, Ed, we can almost have a full 10-minute conversation with recorded Ed that Vinny has, or drop Ed, or whatever it is, but he's not there right now.
Of course
And
he's not there.
The Bible one is going to be, that's going to go down.
Oh, we've added more.
Yeah.
We've got more.
We definitely want that one.
Hey, my laptop battery's got 34 minutes left. How much longer is this?
Oh, we're going to do ads
39
right
minutes.
now.
Whatever. No, we're almost done, dude. You almost made
Yeah.
it to the end. There's only 6
Thank
more
you.
minutes.
To the end, right?
6 more minutes and we're good.
So, Rand, thank you for zooming in.
showing-
And
yeah.
What about Jason Beck? Where is he?
Oh, frickin'
Let's
Beck.
get Beck. Hold
Yeah,
on
what
a
happened to
second.
Beck?
Frickin' Frick.
I was on High at 9 News with him earlier today.
Because he got really. You probably fucked him up. What'd you do?
He said we had a shout
No,
out.
I told him we're
on
going
his
to
show.
see you.
Oh,
tonight
you
on
shouted
Adam
us.
Dunn.
You shouted us out. Is that what happened?
I did.
Yeah, that was it. Was that you? You were that person? Hold on.
I was that guy.
That
yes.
loop has
It
been
was me.
closed. We figured it
You
out.
were no. It said authentic.
Never mind.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, I said we're going to see each other on Adam Dunn tonight. Yeah, I totally said that on High at 9.
Yeah, he gets really high and he forgets about our show all the time.
Well, I was
On,
supposed
on
to.
High at 9 News, check this out. I
Oh,
covered
modulate.
this story that was in an insurance journal, and it was a company called We CBD in Portland, Oregon, sent 3,300 pounds of hemp that was hot in duffel bags and lawn bags
Of course.
on a passenger plane that was tipped off by the people
What?
from Portland, tipped off the people who were
What ever gave them that idea?
Tipped
in
off
Charlotte,
garbage
and the
bags.
whole material got confiscated. So
course
look,
it
if
did.
you're trying to send 3,000 pounds to Switzerland, don't use duffel bags.
That's ridiculous.
Lawn bags.
Don't use public transportation. Rent a plane.
Yeah, that's crazy. 3,000
No,
pounds
seriously.
is literally
If you're
like
carrying all
100
that
bag,
material,
100, you know,
Yeah, dude.
80
I'm mad
bags.
when I have 2 suitcases.
You're not going to draw any
and
attention with 80.
why are they carrying weed? Why aren't they carrying concentrate?
It was hemp.
Exactly.
No, they were trying to send all of this hemp over to Switzerland, right? So,
But it was
this
just slightly,
weed in
and was it
Switzerland-
just slightly hot too? It was like crappy hemp that they just barely squeaked over the line or something? Or was it good weed?
No, it was weed.
all it said is it was hot, but what was interesting, and guys, this is I think worth discussing, is that because there's this patchwork of regulation all over the world, the limit in Switzerland is 1%. And we all know here the limit in the States is 0.3%.
Sure.
But actually, some European countries, the limit is 0.02%. So what if the plane flies through that airspace? You know, I mean,
well, I don't think airspace counts, but I think if you had
have to
emergency
land.
landing and they had to unload the plane for some stupid reason, and they'd be like, "Hey, what's in these garbage bags? Oh my God, it's full
Get
of
on the ground!"
full of weed."
garbage bags and duffel bags.
I mean, it's so
You know,
amateur.
like,
That's so amateur.
Adam, you've seen a full super sack, you know, like a hemp
Yeah.
super sack
They
is
try to
about
do that.
300, maybe
Yeah.
350
A tote?
pounds.
So 10 of
Could
those.
you imagine 10 super sacks on a passenger airplane? You know, you
Makes no
fucking
sense.
kidding?
Makes
oh, you
no
know, the
sense.
other thing was the thing that tipped off the airport authorities back in Portland was they actually removed seats from the airplane. So they removed seats from the airplane, put on these large bags of weed, and they got pulled over in Charlotte. Go figure.
That's crazy.
On the way to Switzerland.
Wow.
That is nuts.
Hey,
That's
we
the
got
American
something.
way.
We got something in the chat here for Ed.
Ed, we got a question.
No, it's not a question. It's
sorry.
more of a comment. It's
Comment.
Jeff says, "Hello guys, first time here. Hey, that guy in the boonie fishing hat. He is famous. He taught me to grow from his book. A hero in my book."
Oh shit!
Oh.
You're
Shout out to
famous, Ed.
Ed.
Did you
Shout
know
out
you were
to
famous?
Ed.
I don't know if he knows that yet.
Does he want to ask Ed a question?
You can ask him a direct question now. One of your old super fans.
Jeff, if you want to ask him a direct question,
do
Ed
it.
Rosenthal,
Do
we
it.
got him on the line.
But you thank God you told him that because when me telling him that
No,
didn't
I know.
work,
No, I
'cause-
know. You have to do it through me. I know, right?
I
Like
understand
that's
that.
how this whole
That's
thing
how this-
works.
I
Yeah.
Thank God.
Just
I
don't
learned.
ask what his beverage tastes
Well,
like.
thank you, Jeff. I hope that you are happy
Look at that
and
smile.
enjoying growing. But I want to warn you about something.
Oh, geez.
You know, using marijuana may not be.
Hold on. Attempted humor about to come. Attempted humor. Warning. Warning. Okay, continue.
Using marijuana may not be addictive, but growing it is.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, we're clipping that one. We're clipping that. We're clipping that. There you go.
Yeah, no, someone's on that.
Isn't it you?
Right?
Oh.
I mean,
It is.
Don't you know people who don't smoke anymore, but they still grow?
Those are the best. Sometimes they're the best growers too, because
Right.
there's like there's no like you're like wow, did really good. Whereas if you get your friends who are totally love weed, just like yeah, you get all the larf and they get to keep all the best buds, and they're like don't even share with you nothing, you know.
Yeah.
So, all my best growers were always these guys who used to smoke.
Used to smoke.
Yeah.
Where'd you
I
go?
remember-
Where'd Jan? Oh,
Where's
Jan.
Beck?
I
Oh, no
remember when
Becks.
I gave it up. I recall that.
Worst hour of your life.
No, it was for 3 weeks. I was taking Spanish classes in Mexico, in Guanajuato,
Guanajuato.
at the
They
near
tested
the
you. They
university.
drug tested you.
What?
They were drug testing you, or you just decided you didn't want to get high before you learned something.
I felt that I didn't want to get busted in a foreign country.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
And it
smart,
was
smart.
before, I mean, I guess I could have taken edibles, but the thing that I learned from
Probably
being
not going to help your
off-
language skills.
with no-
obvious.
with no
Get me back to America where the jails are safe.
Glazed over look in the back.
I didn't get any higher when I started smoking again than I normally did.
Rip off.
So
That's a rip off.
so definitely wasn't worth it for that. I mean,
It's funny because it's like it is like the. And there's a couple times where I've had to not smoke for a week or two and something, and you get that initial. You might get a little bit higher, but it's instantly back to wherever you were,
Yeah.
like back
Exactly.
immediately. There's
Yeah.
no dream. Like I'm always like, damn, I wish I would have a little, just at least a week or something. You know, no, nothing.
Nope. So Beck, if you're not going to zoom in, buddy.
Oh man, no news.
I sent it to
Why
you.
not- you know, there's not much happening in the world these days, so
No,
it's like
not really.
It's not a really good news quarter.
Not for the highest Republican to
There's
tell
not,
us about
There's
or
not a
anything.
lot going on out there in the world.
Maybe
It's
he's a
kinda-
little scared.
It's a little slow.
Maybe he's a little
hey,
scared.
I thought there was no politics on this show.
There's not.
There's
We're just going to
not.
do the news. That's his website, the highest Republican.
That's his actual
Yeah.
Who's?
Jason Beck.
Jason Beck. You know, Mr. Beck.
High at 9 News. Oh, no, he might have not known his
Of course he does.
his politics. Oh, well. All right, you know what? If you happen to be in Colorado or anywhere in the United States, you should reach out to Build a Soil. 855-877-SOIL. Tell them you heard about it on the Adam Dunn Show. I don't know. I just got it out of the way. Don't worry about it.
Look at you, Mr. Quickly off the mark. Yeah, definitely check out the website. Always got very informative grows going on.
Ferments.
Everything, all the above. Anything you need that's in the organic realm, they have under one roof, and they can deliver anywhere. So give them a shout. Make sure you got to call them though if you want to get a discount, because they didn't. We ruined them.
Got to tell them you heard about it on the show.
Mark, do you go to any of the ICRS conferences? Have you been to any of them?
Jason's popping on now. Yeah, you know, Ed, I just co-authored a paper with Alan Howlett, and we gave a presentation at Toronto's meeting last summer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were the first to... Go ahead. I was just going to say, what we found out is that some of the byproducts that are in these Delta 8 things act like cannabinoids, but they don't act on CB1.
Huh.
Right? Hey, Jason.
What's up, guys? What's up, Dr. Mark? How are you today?
All right. Good. Good to see you, buddy.
Yes, sir, man. You've been rocking. You've been looking like you're loving life out there in Puerto Rico, bro.
Yeah, Jan just went out for hookers and Chinese food.
Damn.
He'll be back in a few minutes.
So,
when did
you know,
have to go out?
I used to go to those conferences, but you know, at some point, I was it was getting much more complex than I had the bandwidth for.
Yeah, well, it's not about growing anymore. Now it's all about the
It was never
medicinal.
about it. Was there was
Yeah.
never any cultivation in that. It was
No.
always that.
Chemistry,
If
and
you
now
notice
there's just
they call it
yeah.
cannabinoid society, not cannabis.
Right, and it's more
Right.
there's more endocannabinoid research going on
Yeah.
that we're talking
Yeah.
about there. Not so
Yeah.
much phytocannabinoids. The phytocannabinoids are kind of like
They're not interested in that.
no, they're not interested in
Good
those. Right?
stuff. All the good stuff.
All the good stuff they don't care about.
Yeah,
But-
that stuff.
So,
Yeah,
Jason, what do we got in the news?
For a while, for many years, you know, they only allowed PhDs or
Ooh, those guys are lame.
candidates
what's
for
going on?
PhDs who were working in the cannabinoid field as members, except they, it was like Groucho Marx. It was a society. I'd only join a society that wouldn't have me as a member, but so I was the only non-PhD candidate or PhD who was a member of the society. So,
And you
like for 20 years or more.
Way to go. All right, what do you got in the news for us today,
But
Jason?
now it's too complex. You see, I understood it.
Yo, Ed, we got to move on to
Ed,
our-
we need to
our
go to the
section.
news.
Ed, we got news to do, man. Big news.
All right, give us breaking news. You get two stories.
Yeah, we're short. Two stories. Yeah,
You have to unmute your
And you have to
phone, though,
unmute
for people
yourself
to
or
hear
else
you.
Nobody knows.
And it's so amazing how you have your head right in front of your logo.
Perfect.
Yeah, your marketing person loves you today. Get his head out of the way.
I love this. So two stories. So all right. Give me so I have this one right. You guys want to hear about some government waste?
Of course. Yes. Spin it for us.
Those two words have never been in the same sentence, have they?
I don't believe it.
Government waste.
That's a new strain Adam is working on.
Oh yeah, that's my new strain. Fuck, don't blow it.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna find this very interesting, you guys.
Take your time
'Cause the
pulling it
federal-
up.
Here you go. It's popping up right here. It's popping up. Here we go. All right. So, a federal drug agency awards $2.9 million to study and improve cannabis warning labels to communicate risks of use, you guys.
The circle
The
and the
National
slash was not enough?
No.
Okay.
Hold on. The National Institute on Drug Abuse, NIDA, has awarded researchers a $2.9 million grant to study how to improve the efficiency of cannabis warning labels, a project that will involve interviews with state marijuana regulators and online experiments designed to develop and implement, in quotes, more effective warning labels that inform people about the risks associated with cannabis use. What do you think about that?
Woohoo.
That's a lot of money for telling somebody to
Yeah.
just add. What are they going to put on there? They're going to try to do like the tobacco style, where they
So
show
how-
you like all sitting on the couch, all just covered in junk
so
food or
dumb.
something. Like
Right?
you might eat a lot of food.
So that
Nice
somebody
cream.
figured out how to game the system. Motherfuckers. Somebody just figured out a way to funnel money to their cousin's, project or something stupid like that.
You know, there's a lot of people that don't know where the funding comes from Project Sam, and I wonder if Project Sam is going to get a portion of this $2.9 million.
Probably. Whatever fucks us over and funnels the money out of the cannabis industry into the coffers of people who shouldn't have it.
They didn't consult with the end users.
Oh,
They
way
didn't,
to
like
go.
in there saying what they were going to do. They didn't say that they were going to consult with end users and see what was of concern to them as far as dangers were.
Well, they would hope that whatever consulting company that they're putting this 2.9 million into it, or whatever it is going to ask those questions. But it's never going to happen. They're not going to do those studies. They're going to slap the same stupid warning labels on them in fonts nobody can read, that nobody cares about.
Wait a second. First, they're going to go to white coats to get their advice.
Mark, what do
And
you
they're
have to
going
say?
to go to psychologists who only deal in marijuana psychosis, and then they're going to, quote, marijuana psychosis, unquote. And then, so they'll funnel some money that way. And then they have to do an effectiveness study.
More money. Anyway, what's the next story there, Jason?
I know all about effectiveness, Ed. Lots of effectiveness.
Oh, please.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, here we go.
The
Are you
hair
ready
gel
for this
department,
one?
definitely
I decided to give you guys some positive news. I think this might have been some of the most positive news we've had this week. Okay, are you ready for this, Adam?
Oh, I thought we weren't going to talk about the greatest news ever. Oh, wait. Oh, it's probably not the same story.
I said this is positive news. I mean,
Yes.
I know you guys out in Colorado don't get a lot of positivity, so I figured
he's going to give us some positive Colorado news?
This was the greatest
Does this
week
even happen?
in such a long time. Are you kidding me? This was, it couldn't get any better. I mean, no, I won't even go into it.
Just
All right. Well, there's a big job ahead for a panel tasked with felony marijuana expungements. That's right. If you've been convicted of what used to be a marijuana-related crime in Minnesota, your record could be cleared as part of the state's adult use cannabis law. That's right, which took effect on August of 2023. Tens of thousands of low-level cannabis cases have already been erased, but the task of expunging records of felony convictions is far more complex, and a new state board is figuring out how to do it, you guys.
It's something about the way you read the news is like I'm listening to the guy on TMZ.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you want to deliver it with this.
Like an LA Republican.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's talking his language now.
Hey, if the food shifts,
damn.
If the food shifts there.
Stampede.
Damn. Wow, he nailed it.
All right. Everyone, thank you, Jason. High at 9 News, your number one source for cannabis news daily at 9 a.m. Pacific.
High
Monday
noon
through
on the
Friday.
East Coast.
High noon on the East Coast.
And Dr. Mark is our correspondent on Fridays as well, so you can catch
Damn,
Dr.
on
Mark
my days?
on Fridays as well. Yes.
Friday correspondent?
Yes, Dr. Mark is a correspondent. Yes,
I try to focus on science and chemistry stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like I do on this show.
Try.
You
Emphasis
wait
on the
a
word
minute.
try.
You can do a science segment on High at 9? Like with
Well,
real-
no, we talk about science. So Dr. Gene Talleyrand, who started the Cannabis Clinician Network out there in California, right? CSC.
Yep.
So he usually addresses a more medical story. I try to address things that have to do with regulation and chemistry, like the isomers, Delta 8 and all that kind of crap.
Crap.
What are you people?
All right, we're gonna power. We're gonna power
We
through
gotta go
our
power
ads.
through some more ads.
Thank you guys for your
Hate the
time.
bills.
Have fun. Maybe
Thank
I'll
you,
stick around and
Jason.
see who the sponsors are.
Oh, you
Go
always
fuck
do.
off. You know who they are.
Yeah.
You know, you
Have
already
a
wrote
good
them
one,
down
you
last
guys.
time.
Take care.
Peace
Jackass.
out.
Peace out.
Ed, a pleasure as always. Thank you for making time. Stick around if you want, but we're going to go through these. And Mark Scialdone, always a pleasure. Get Jan to start buying some products of some of our sponsors, please. 400,000 feet, give me a fucking break. Hang a Sunscape LED. Okay? Use some Bio 365. I'm pretty sure, I mean, Vinny, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's dabbled in genetics every now and then. Might help with seeds and clones and, just overall understanding. Because if you're relying on Big Dummy, you're relying on Big Dummy.
Wow, look
Okay.
at you. Decent.
Speaking of, they're great.
Look, he can be
So High Cafe. You can get some burnt ends. You can get some ribs. You can get some brisket. You can get home style mac and cheese.
What's tonight? What's the protein tonight?
4300 West Alameda.
salmon.
Brisket. Yeah, it's 5 Jewish stars. I've said it before. It's like Zetas. So High Cafe, 4300 West Alameda. Come down. Plenty of people were coming in and grabbing tons of barbecue as we were doing the show.
If you're a
Those of
Patreon,
us
I
that
send
can
out a
afford
link
it,
to the sports show that I filled in on, and we recorded it here. If you have
I watched 8.7 seconds of it.
Perfect, dude.
You were the viewer?
You were the viewer. They have more
I
viewers
was
than us.
wondering who popped in and
Huh?
out.
They have more viewers than us.
Yeah.
Do they?
No. All right.
They just started.
Yeah, we're just starting out.
I hate you.
Yeah, but I did watch a few minutes of it.
So High
It was
Cafe.
funny. I was like,
.com.
oh, Mark's on the pressure now. He's in charge. He's on the mic.
Yep.
He is doing it all. And he's still wearing the fucking some tie-dye
Swag
shirt. Nothing to do with anything sporty at all.
He had the hat on, and it matched.
It was a Bronco emblem.
Yeah, it was a Bronco hat that matched his tie-dye.
Cancer hat.
Ozo Coffee.
I felt like you were not doing the sports guys.
Oh, he was Denver sports for sure.
Oh, he was a Denver sports.
That's Denver sports.
OzoCoffee.com. The code is DUNDEAL2024. You get 20% off. No one else has this code. They don't offer a 20% discount. The most they ever offer is 10. You got to take advantage of this. Get the subscription. Rosendogs, I appreciate you.
Hey, when I went and picked up the machine, the guy who was working there was like, yeah, people been using your thing still. Yeah. So it's good to hear. So they're still, they hear about it all the time. They know what the done deal is.
OzoCoffee.com.
You got any coffee? Yeah, coffee.
That's right.
Build a soil. We already did them.
Yeah,
Thank you.
They've done that.
You know what episode?
Oh shit!
You know what episode that is, right?
No.
The library guy when he comes to collect the book.
No.
Bookman.
Book? Yes.
Does he have any? Do you have any instant coffee?
Got coffee?
No.
No.
So anyway, YoTip.com, the most amazing new product we've used in some time. It is a barrier of protection to keep you safe. COVID is coming around. Everybody has it in Boulder now. All over Boulder.
Jeez, what are you guys?
Stores are closing.
What?
They're running on half staff.
Jeez.
But you know what?
Okay, Dave?
It just makes your joint hit better.
You're going to drive
it really
through
does.
Boulder? Or you're going to drive right
I drive around.
Oh, you're
south.
Right you're going to go near it, though. Yeah.
Several miles.
Clouds of COVID will come around and get you.
I'm still in Novid. We'll see what happens. I get it.
You could just be in denial, too, and just pretend like you never had it. That's a good way to do it.
I've seen you every fucking Friday since the plague.
Know, there was a whole time when you were just on the corner up there. You could have been dying. You could have been dying and not telling us. Let me just.
It is a most amazing product out there. If you haven't given them a try, you really should. YoTip.com.
You should.
GreenFarmsLLC.com.
GreenFarmsMed.com. And place a pre-order. That's not it anymore?
No, I told you last week that it was not that.
Oh, he changed his website.
All right.
Yeah, it's a dumb move. Anyway, you go to Green Farms, whatever website works. You enter Done Deal at checkout, 10% off. But you know what? He's such a nice guy. If you browbeat him in person, he'll probably give you a bigger discount.
Oh, and he's trained. His staff. They're very well trained to take care of.
Because it's about teamwork.
Show listeners. So if you do roll in there, they know what's up.
They know what's up.
They know exactly what's up.
900 SKUs.
10 plus.
10 plus. GreenFarmsMed.com.
Yes, sir.
If you need a med card.
Oh, wow.
All right. So
that.
he was on the show a couple weeks ago, or was it last week? There's a code. I sent it to Mark. I don't remember what it is. He's got 3 different codes for his CBD product, for his psychedelic product.
Did you just say 3 different codes?
Yes, because their system is 1980 and it won't take one code. So we'll put it up in the website somewhere, or we'll put it in the chat. But better you just give them a call. Tell them you heard about it on the Adam Dunn Show. They'll give you a discount off of getting a med card. Let's support the medical program. Get legal. Take advantage of the fact that you double your limits and you 50 milligram.
Just got my new card.
There you go. holoshealth.org.
Fresh.
Green Bros.
Green Bros with a Z, made in Las Vegas. Amazing harvest machinery, sorting, trimming. Nothing is going to get you 100% of what hand trimming can do, but they can get you 80% of the way there, and you can finish it off. They make a tumbler for catching all of your dry sift. They make a joint roller. It's amazing products.
They got a sorter that's pretty dope.
Yep.
Lifts it all up, brings it into, slides it right down the little thing, drops into the little bits.
Another one bites back.
Definitely makes it easier to do your different grades.
Check out the Harvest Bucket. It's only $299. When you enter Done Deal, you get 10% off. And 10% off, look, that's $30 off. It's like having 5 friends come over who basically just smoke your herb and don't trim your weed.
Yeah, like when they're not,
Green
when
Bros
the scissors
with a
aren't
Z.
going, nothing's happening.
.com. I like this new way you got it here, Mark.
This is good,
Thank
Mark.
you, I know.
Mark,
Thank you.
You are always thinking.
Yeah.
I try.
Apothecary Extracts. Amazing company. Hit him up. I know, but he takes so long on this one.
He does?
Green Bros is the harvest equipment they use. So if you are going to have them use your flower or trim to do a split, if you don't use Green Bros products, they won't take it.
Just
Apothecary
tell you how
Farms,
gentle.
Oklahoma and Colorado's finest extractor.
Well, the nice part with Green Bros too is like because it's not like a vacuum sucking off the fucking.
It's so gentle.
It's just like you got the.
It's a plucking, not a cutting.
You got a little drawer. You pull the drawer out. Everything's like the perfect trims.
I love this rig, and if we can't talk about it,
why don't you marry it?
We can't talk about this, but we can say if you want to find out what's going on in this company, you should watch the live that Adam and I did. But we're not supposed to mention the thing that he used.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
So you can go find out what it was if you watch the live we did.
Go find out.
But they're game-changing, revolutionary company
look at that.
when it comes to dabbing. Check them out. You go to dabx.com. You enter Done Deal at checkout. You get 20% off anything you purchase. And in a little while, you will be able to click a box and get the Adam Dunn Show branded Pro Tool. And we might even have a branded rig in the future. So dabx.com or dabx on Instagram.
If you need to fill up that dabx.
So I don't know if you guys follow Penguin on Instagram.
Penguin?
Yeah, he's a cool kid. He loves cannabis. He does watch the show.
Like Batman Penguin?
That 8-gram baller jar there is something, the stuff of legend right there.
Sure, no, it's good.
They created a whole new jar for it. They make the finest rosin out there. It is some of the most inexpensive rosin you can find in Colorado, and the quality is second to none. Look, I'm not going to say it's the highest end hash house, Julian, Dab Logic rosin. It is a notch under that for a third of the price.
Yep.
So you head over to 14erboulder.com. You enter Done Deal at checkout. You get 20% off anything in the shop.
Humboldt Humidors.
Humboldt Humidors. I don't know what the discount is, but we just sent a whole bunch of these out to industry influencers. You want to go to HumboldtHumidors.com. Enter Done Deal at checkout. I think it's 10 or 20%. Great product. You guys will get some. Relax.
Kwai Hemp Company.
KwaiHempCo.com.
Where's our stuff?
25% off if you enter Done Deal at checkout.
That's right.
Stundenglass.
23% off if you enter Done Deal at checkout. Stundenglass.com.
We will not be taken. We will more discount.
Hortitech Direct.
Not 24%.
You know, Jan, when you want to build some greenhouses, these are your guys. HortitechDirect.com. When you're ready to build a greenhouse, look no further. Double walled. All the mechanics are on the inside. Not affected by the elements. We spoke to a client of theirs that had a blizzard in North Dakota, 3 days, 50-mile-an-hour winds, minus 70.
Jesus.
Temperature never changed inside.
HortitechDirect.com.
There you go. Look at you.
Terpwipes.com/donedeal. Well, this is kind of funny picture right here. Each box comes with at least 3 pokers. But anyway, terpwipes.com/donedeal. It's all you need to do.
Good shit.
Bio365.
Mentioned him earlier, Jan and Dr. Mark, if you're listening. This soil is amazing. Everybody I've spoken to loves it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've been using both the Bio All, which is their yellow label, which is their kind of simple, basic one, and also the Bio Flower. And the Bio Flower, obviously, if you're going to be in flower, it makes a lot of sense. But I actually really like the Bio All just because I'm always fucking around and changing my shit up and gives me that pivotability, you know. But if you have any medium, doesn't matter what it is, they've got something that will be comparable, so you can definitely do it side by side.
They're not asking you to change anything. Just tell them what you're using. They'll make it for you, and it'll be better and cheaper.
Yeah, there you go. And they do pre-done bags, too, if you can need that, which is kind of cool. So in this HPLVD days where everybody's like, you know,
deadhead-owned business.
Easy to fucking get it in, get it out, and keep it moving.
There you go.
Bio365.com.
Avoid the Noid.
Numbnutsco.com. Enter Done Deal at checkout. 20% off all their CBD peanut butter.
I found one the other day that was in the fridge that I forgot about. And I was like, oh, yeah,
Me too.
that's it. Yeah, I made myself
recently.
a double, two I did like a maple maple cream butter stuff mixed with that and some banana on one. And then I was like, I need another one. So I slapped another one.
Try their doggy CBD. It is the highest quality CBD you can get in Colorado. Safe
Taste
for
the weed
pets.
though, a little bit. Taste it. When you're eating it, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I was eating it with apples.
Oh, you found a tub you meant of the THC one.
Yeah,
Good
THC
for you.
one.
Oh,
yeah, those don't get lost for me.
No, I just it was in the back of the fridge. I'd put
If you're a medical patient, click the Find Our Nuts button, upper right-hand corner.
1,000 milligram tub.
1,000 milligram tub.
Peanut butter. Num nuts.
To find my nuts might be busy because Dave might be on that site at that moment. 'Cause he's constantly looking for his nuts.
Where are my nuts? Sunscapeled.com. Jan,
if you're listening
are you
still.
fucking kidding me?
Are you back from PF Chang's yet? Because if you are.
No, he's with the hookers now.
No.
Whoa. That's Patreon.
Don't get him in
That's
trouble.
Patreon.
Don't get him in trouble.
Oh, he's legendary. Sunscape LED. These lights
Girls are
came
still
from,
talking about 'em.
from the Chinese mining industry. Their quality.
Speaking of PF Chang's.
Their quality is second to none. Their failure rate is less than 1 in 1,000. You clean them with a pressure washer and you wipe them down with a towel. Make sure you turn them off first. Sunscapeled.com. And the control systems they use, that's it. You just saw it right there. Runs the entire room. Sunscapeled.com.
I actually got a new one coming out too, the RD4, I believe it is.
Sweet.
JeromeBaker.com.
This guy's a legend in the industry. He does so much for the deadhead community, so much for the disabled community. You want to go to JeromeBakerGlass.com. You want to find something on his site and just give him a call and tell him you heard about it on the Adam Dunn Show.
Whoa, is that upbeat music that I hear? Hey there, Adam Dunn Show listeners. Are you ready to transform your garden into a refreshing oasis? This August, SeedsHereNow.com has the perfect way to beat the summer heat with our flavor of the month, mint. Imagine the invigorating essence of mint filling your garden and your senses, all at a cool 20% off. Refreshing breeze. But that's not all.
Wait, it comes with sound effects markers?
No, you have to you have to do it yourself.
I know. We're all celebrating Humboldt Seed Company as our breeder of the month, known for their sustainable, top-tier genetics. Humboldt Seed Company brings you strains that are mindful of the planet as they are mighty in growth. Get 20% off their exceptional strains all month long. All month long.
Long?
Sound effect.
Month long.
Crowd cheering.
All month long.
Need more? From August 16th to the 25th, buy any 2 packs of
Whoa, wait, hold on.
automatically...
Say that again. Need more? Yes, we do, Mark.
Oh, good. From August 16th to the 25th, buy any 2 packs of automatically delicious seeds and get a 3rd pack free. Plus, explore exclusive deals on top strains from Atlas Seeds, Best Coast Genetics, Bog Seeds, and more. Sound effect, cash register, cha-ching. Dave, could you hit me?
Cha-ching!
So head over to SeedsHereNow.com and make this August a month of refreshing flavors and eco-conscious cultivation. That's SeedsHereNow.com, your destination for premium cannabis seeds and unbeatable summer deals. Sound effect applause. Dave, can you help me out? Let's grow together with SeedsHereNow.com, and don't forget to tune in to the Adam Dunn Show for more growing tips and exclusive offers.
Amazing.
Wow, does that really say that at the end?
Yeah, and you can go to the AdamDunnShow.com and check out the show merch and support your favorite
Support 'em.
Support your favorite podcast. I need a cognitive test.
Man, you are going downhill quick.
I know, it's bad.
See that? He's right. You're going down fast. Fast, my friend.
Oh,
Yes.
boy.
Support the show.
Glitching badly. All right.
Support the damn show.
Yeah, look, I'm wearing a shirt right there. You see me?
Look at that. That's so Mark.
That's me right there.
It is not him, but it is him, but it's
That's
not
me.
him.
Yeah.
It's so not you, but you.
Big time.
Crazy. And the other one is so the kid.
Oh, wait, I didn't mean to go to that one. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
God,
there you
okay.
go.
Oh, gosh, okay.
You always go there. Go there.
Okay.
Those are my hands.
Okay.
Those were my hands. Just flopping away. Because I do a lot of typing.
So not next week, not the week after, but the week after that, Jane West coming back into the
Wait
studio.
a minute. Wait, how many weeks ago?
3.
Not to next week.
I had to book her 3
not
weeks
the
in
week
advance.
after that.
Someone better clean the studio.
But the week after that.
3. Well, I broke my part of the bong she gave me, and I need a new piece.
Got one right down here.
No, a different one. Yeah. So come on in.
Jane West coming back. That's cool. She was just on Dr. Phil. How cool is that?
Oh,
so she's
really?
gone really downhill. She's going to go from
Oh,
Dr.
yeah, I was
Phil
about to say.
to the Adam Dunn Show.
And then Maury
That's
Povich.
That's
good.
pretty much a straight downhill. That's like steep.
A nice downhill trajectory.
Extremely steep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like almost free fall.
I noticed the nickname I gave Mr. X he uses now on social media.
Does he now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh shit! He's taking it to heart. Well, we have created many. We created the guy.
Big Dummy?
No, well, I created Big Dummy. So yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Thanks, Adam.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Mike Denver? Do we create him? Do we create Mike Denver? No, he had his name.
No.
He was his own Denver.
He was his own entity.
He was
before
Mike
he came
Denver.
around.
I didn't call him Mike
He
Denver.
had no platform, no portfolio.
Oh, what are you talking about? I'm not talking about like that. No, I'm talking like full-on creation
We
from
made
the
him a
ground
legend.
up. From the ground up. Pinsky.
Oh, yeah. Oh, another $10.
Cha-ching.
How many
fully
times did we
created
say?
by Big Dummy and myself.
Jason Pinsky.
Yeah. He was
Jason Pinsky.
He was just wearing his cop shoes, going around to events, wondering why people didn't want to talk to him. I was all, dude, you got to change those shoes first of all.
Hey,
Number one rule.
for anybody who's stuck around right now,
What
maybe
happened?
click the like and subscribe button.
Yeah, hit that like. We got 25 likes today, which is pretty good for us.
If you're still here and you have clicked that like button and you're not a Patreon listener,
Yeah, you're missing out.
Then you're missing out.
If
'cause
you stuck
want-
around this long,
Yeah, if
and
you're
you don't-
sticking around this long, you might as well just pay
imagine
the $4.20.
Imagine this sort of not talking about weed part, but it's kind of funny.
way worse.
And anything
It goes off the rails.
And, it goes
Off the
off- and
rails.
the rails usually last about five to 10 minutes, and then the rails are gone.
But
Not
there's-
only that-
you sell it short. You get a serious
then you get to-
progression of videos of Adam's grow.
Which is even funnier because now I go back to the videos to figure out
What went wrong?
No, just times of like, when was that?
Oh,
And
yeah.
Oh yeah, wait a minute.
Oh, that's good.
yeah, there you
That's
go.
a good thing.
It's three because those are so on point. 'Cause
Yeah.
I do it every Friday. Same time, same bat channel.
Same
Yeah.
that channel.
Same bat channel. So yeah, you get to watch the progression of the garden, which is actually going really good right now. Right now, it's funny. I want to do that Cheech and Chong thing, where he was like the ladder and he's swimming with the weed and he could do the overhead
Yeah,
shot.
that was hilarious.
It's almost at that phase now that if I could, because I was looking at it the other day, I can't. It's like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's out of control.
Still smoking.
Yep.
Thank you all for listening.
Not only
We
that, you get
appreciate
a link to talk to us.
Oh, you can just hang out with us.
You can come
actually,
on
you
Zoom.
You are the show.
You can talk the
You
whole
can
hour
be-
if you want to. If
We
you
don't.
want
We
to.
would
Please.
appreciate that because we
Yeah,
could
that'd be
then
great.
not have to do anything.
But not Guerrero.
Oh, except
Yeah,
for
not-
Guerrero Gross.
yeah,
Except
no.
for Guerrero Gross.
With the super duper sour sage or whatever he wants.
No,
from
he's tired. He does a long show every day.
No,
Stick to that.
Yeah. I don't want to cut into
10-hour
his-
show or something?
I
Yeah,
can't
we
cut
don't
into
want
his
to
sleep
take.
time.
Yeah,
we don't want to do that.
Protect your voice. It's your bread and butter, buddy.
That is exactly it.
Speaking of protect your voice, you see Aerosmith is retiring because Steven Tyler has a vocal injury that he will not be able to come back from. I just read that. So
It's good to say that.
yeah.
That's a shame.
I'm gonna put
It really is.
scarves on my microphone.
Scars on my vocal cords.
On your vinyl.
Scarves or scars?
Exactly. Scarves.
Scars on,
On
my
my-
vocal cord. Scars on my
Hey,
vocal
stick around. Maybe Mike Denver will come on to Patreon and we'll talk about Mr.
Mike
X.
Denver's
We'll never
here.
show you his
Mike
face.
Denver can get real. Yeah, he gets real violent.
Oh,
though.
he can be. He's opinionated. That guy.
He's been working out too.
Oh, yeah,
he's
look
all
at his
sweaty.
guns.
Oh, the guns are out.
guns.
His guns are out.
Yeah.
All right, I'll play the right song on the way out.
Peace.
Please play the right song. Shout
right.
out to my beautiful wife Cece and PDX. He's not amazing anymore. He's just PDX. He said he can't. It's a proven thing. He is already amazing.
You set the bar up high when you put that in your name,
I was like,
That's why I do Mark Mids. You can live up to that.
Take us out, Mark.
Take us out, Mr. Midzy.
Practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums have their own.
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing.
Me?
Want you to smoke the natural herb.
Sweet.
Some call it marijuana.
Sweet.
Some call it sensimilla.
Sweet.
Some call it lamb's bread.
The tea.
And some people call it